Hello folks, and sorry for the late start. I had a call that just kept fucking going on. Anyway.
That's what happens when you're a bitch to the man. Just don't have a job like me and it's a great time. Anyway, I'm your host, HockeyBrother_1, with my friend Dito and co-host over here, and fellow clansman.
Raining Death, no, that's known as Kenneth. And welcome to Table Talk Thursday, episode 19, special edition. Are you a Nazi?
Probably you, Trooper. We're talking to you. By the way, they're twist-offs.
Yeah.
I was going to say if it rips easy. Yeah. He's a cog machine, man. Yeah, you're right. He's a cog machine. All right, Clank, fuck it. It's all right. I mean, it's brewed beer and alcohol. Decent.
Yeah. It's much better than the canned stuff. The cans of this, terrible.
He was saying that he didn't like the Not Your Grandpa's root beer or whatever the fuck. That brand. That brand's expensive. That one's $12. This was.
I've actually bought both of those. This one I prefer more than the other one, Not Your Father's Root Beer.
Yeah, or whatever.
Actually, no, I had Not Your Father's Root Beer. That's what I thought this was. No, I had Not Your Father's Root Beer in the bottle. That was better than Not Your Father's Root Beer in the can. I also tried this. When I tried the cherry one, that was actually really good. The cherry Coke version of this. Very good
they
stuff.
have cream soda version of this.
Cream soda's not very good.
No.
But definitely, next time you're looking for this, try the cherry.
Try the cherry. All right. I mean, the only place I've ever seen this stuff is at Walmart. Walmart has a large selection of alcohol.
I think it's also at HEB's.
Is it?
I think so.
I mean, probably, but like much smaller. Like this stuff, this has its own section for stuff. And HEB, it's like mostly beer.
Yeah, but they actually have this particular brand. And
I couldn't find Stella either at Walmart. I found like a huge 20 pack of beer, and I was like, I'm never gonna drink this. I bought this and I bought the Moscato because I was there the other day and they had this like end cap of Moscato d'Asti, and like there's an import tag on it that's in Italian. That shit's straight from Italy, I think.
Fancy.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna get into that too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be drinking tonight, and then I'm gonna drive home.
Hopefully he's not gonna drink that much. Kenneth doesn't drink that much. Don't fool you.
No, trust me. I'll pour a glass of wine. I'll be doing something, and I come back and it's like still half full. And I'm like, shit. Let me just throw that back.
Pretty much. All right. So we're gonna start off the Nazi.
So let me explain how this is set up. So as you know, today's episode is a very special episode due to the violence that happened in Charleston and the death of a woman by a neo-Nazi. So we're going to start this off from the beginning. We're going to go from the violence at Unite the Right through what Unite the Right is, what happened in Charleston, and then post-effects of Charleston and responses from governments in different cities and, of course, the president.
I mean, I was originally going to say, we're going to start all the way back in the beginning. Back in 1943? 42. Whatever. When the Nazis came into existence in Nazi Germany, those are the real Nazis. That's the Third Reich. That's like those people.
That's your people, Trooper.
Yeah, that's your 45 hand salute, 45 degree hand open palm salute. It's the Aryan Brotherhood. Anyway. But yeah, those are real Nazis. That was the true beginning of Nazis in general. Anything after such is now a neo-Nazi, so these are all neo-Nazis. Not just regular Nazis, neo-Nazis.
So, violence erupts at Unite the Right rally in Charleston. Police respond, of course. Roll the video.
All right. We're going
to roll the video and
talk about details. Now, all of this, the clash between opposing...
That dude looks like he's a part of the Third Reich. Not even
gonna lie. That's our affiliate right there, NBC 29. That's our affiliate station.
Is it? She looks like she's also a part of the Klan. I'm just saying. She doesn't even look thrilled. She's just like, this is my job.
Groups took over the streets of Charlottesville even before that Unite the Right rally scheduled
he really looks like
start
a fucking neo-Nazi.
Get underway.
Take a look. The pro-white groups encounter demonstrators spent about 2 hours in repeated skirmishes on East Market Street. State police say people threw cans full of concrete at each other, along with pepper spray, tear gas. They used other weapons. Police declared an unlawful assembly just prior to the rally's official start time.
I don't think this is not a proud day for Charlottesville.
No, it wasn't
it's not a proud day for Virginia to see two opposing groups who have sides that they have a freedom of speech, but to turn to violence is not the way.
I'm just amazed that the police have allowed people to assault other people, to throw things at them.
Tonight, people, including criminal defense attorney Jeff Fogel, are questioning why it took police so long to intervene and call for that unlawful assembly. It is a question police have yet to answer.
But I can answer that.
Honestly, it looks like a mosh pit. Anyway, carry on.
Organizer Jason Kessler spoke to NBC 29 this afternoon after all that violence unfolded. He talked with us on the phone from an undisclosed location, as he claims, due to safety issues.
The Charlottesville city government and police refuse to do their jobs. They refuse to protect our events and enforce the terms of the permit as ordered by the federal judge. They created an unsafe environment and denied us our rights.
Kessler had no comment when asked if he would attempt to have his rally again in the future, but in a video he posted online.
So, everything that guy said was correct. In an update to this story, which I'll let the video continue after this, it has come out. So, originally, they requested a permit to protest at this park. The mayor denied it and said, no, you have to protest at this one. They got the ACLU actually got involved, because that's what the ACLU does, is defend people's rights.
They defend your right to be wrong. And that's like me. I'll defend your right to say whatever you want. As long as you don't start turning into violence and stuff. I defend your right to be a Nazi all day. It's whatever. I mean, your idea and your ideology is kind of stupid, but you're still an American.
Have the right for it.
And see, I believe in freedom is paramount to a lot of things.
So the ACLU got involved, and they basically told the mayor, "No, you're going to fucking let this go through. That's we're going to see you." Need to say they did. They went to federal court, and a federal judge said, "You're going to let them protest at this park. There's no reason for you to deny them that, or to demonstrate at this park." So the mayor allows it. Then he says, "Fine, but you're not going to get any police protection." The ACLU gets involved again and tells them, "You're denying them their rights." And then they go to the federal judge again, and the federal judge is like, "No, you give these people police protection." So, and then once it got started, there was a pre-organization there, people gathering in this respective park. And there was a counter rally in another park a few blocks away. So the police were called out, and they, built a line between the alt-right group demonstrating and the alt-left fucking whatever the hell demonstrating against them as a counter-protest.
BLM? I don't know.
BLM was in there. BLM's always in there.
BLM's always anywhere, apparently.
So after that happened, so the police got involved dividing these groups, they were called out from the situation. Supposedly, the mayor may have called the chief of police and told them to retract the officers. And then, what happened? And that's the thing. The mayor caused this by taking the police out of the situation when they were there, because he wanted. I mean, it kind of makes sense that he'd want it to happen, because it makes the mayor look good, in a sense, since he came out against the neo-Nazis demonstrating in the first place, and the federal judge ordered them to have it. So it makes the mayor look good, I guess, in some light. It's like, look at that. He was against him. He didn't want him, and look what happened. A woman's dead, plenty injured. Violent protests across the city. That's why I said, you should take down all the statues, and then, you see what happens. We'll cover that later. Anyways, let's continue with the video.
He threatened to file another lawsuit. When asked, he told NBC 29 he had no comment on the plans of the rally's supporters for tonight.
Several people on the other side of the rally who protested the alt-right also complained about the police action during that rally. Several clergy members joined arms at the edge of Emancipation Park to block any alt-right members from getting into the park. And at one point, a medic designated to watching the clergy described a scene that upset her a great deal.
Standing on the steps, and I watched the alt-right come up and assault the clergy. One was hit with a cardboard wooden banner that was made out of plywood, slammed a bunch of clergy aside, was hitting female and male.
I just want to say, that girl right there has some nice tits. Not this old lady, but this chick over here. Look at those. Beautiful.
Clergy and broke the line and went through. I wasn't sure that the police officers off to the side could see it, so I went over and I said, clergy are being physically assaulted right now. You need to go and stop. They are assaulting clergy. And the cops just shrugged, smirked, and refused to do anything about it.
Now, let me pause. Thank you. The clergy needs to get the fuck out the way. I don't like these Nazis. Nobody likes Nazis. Nazis don't even like other Nazis. But that's the thing. They have a legally protected right to get there. And if you're impeding the way, you're breaking the law. And the police have a responsibility to clear out those people from preventing access to not only a publicly accessible park, but also a park where the demonstrators have the permits to do so. So, like I said, I will defend these people's rights. Even though I don't like them one bit.
He's a part of one of the Reichs. I don't know, the fourth and a half. I don't know. What's the Mexican one? What's the Spanish one? I don't know. It's got to be something about jumping a border wall. 3/4. The 3/4 Reich. I don't know. I've got nothing. I was trying to make a terrible joke. Good enough.
Yes.
I would like to smack priests too. Did you see how they were doing that really homoerotic holding arms thing? I mean, that's actually a very valid configuration for making a shield wall, interlocking arms that hardcore. They're so close that it'd be hard for them to get knocked over.
Oh, for God's sakes.
When fights broke out, the police did not step in
to
stop the skirmishes.
Oh.
So, Unite the Right rally drew large crowds and heavy police presence in the downtown area of Charlottesville Saturday. Demonstrators and counter-protesters began gathering around Emancipation Park.
I love the name, Emancipation Park.
That's probably why specifically they went there.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, we're shitting on your park.
Emancipation, my ass.
Yeah. Clashes between opposing groups took over the streets in Charlottesville before the Unite the Right's scheduled noon rally even started. The permit that was approved by the city of Charlottesville stated that the Unite the rally could begin at noon.
I want to just point out something that it's pretty stupid that you have to get a protest permit.
Well, it's a demonstration permit. And I mean, you can get a permit for protesting too.
Yeah, no, it's just stupid that you have to do that because you're supposed to be able to have peaceful protests really anywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, I still can understand that they want a measure of order, and especially for things like this, you can't just have Nazis, just going through just sending a Nazi group through
the other thing
a historic Jewish neighborhood.
Did the other people have one? Did the counter protesters have one?
Well, it depends on the type of meeting it is, because there's demonstrations where Nazis will, specifically Nazis, I'm just using them as an example because they're prescient, will do a march from point A to point B of
Fuck is the Doom March? Is it this thing?
No, they'll do a march from point A to point B.
The Doom March.
The Doom March.
Well, it sounds like something Nazis do. It sounds like something from what is it, Wolfenstein, the Doom March.
That would be a thing.
It isn't.
But they have to get a permit for that because a lot of the times they may need police protection.
Yeah.
Because they're going through a historically Jewish neighborhood.
Also because they're Nazis and nobody.
And they're Nazis and nobody likes them.
Well, see, but that's part.
So if they just did the protest, they could easily just be attacked by whoever's there and without a police presence to defend their rights. Because I understand, that's the thing. The mayor tried to violate their rights.
Yeah.
He did.
You gotta fight for your right to party in this instance. But yeah, no, I still think it's ridiculous. I still think it's ridiculous.
I understand why it's in place.
I understand too, but it's ridiculous. But they did want police, so it makes sense, and they should have got police and some other people.
And also, parks close after a certain time, and they would send the police in anyways.
At night.
Yeah, night. But I mean, if this thing continued throughout the night, the police would be forced to step in.
I don't think they'd go that hard.
No, I know, but I'm just saying as an example.
These are white people. They have real jobs. Or they could be like me. But anyway.
They're white people. They have real jobs, freeloading off of the government.
I've got a real job. Sitting my ass at home and streaming every day, even though I don't stream every day. I need to stream. We need to play more Warhammer later tonight, probably, when Kenneth goes home and sleeps. Well, you're actually going to sleep. You have work on Fridays now.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, wait, he won't even be awake. He doesn't stay up on weekdays or any day. Yeah. As we spoke of. So anyway.
Anyways, just before the rally, members of Congregate Charlottesville blocked sections of the stairs to the park. Around 10:15 a.m., more Unite the Right supporters began standing along police barricades holding flags and shields.
Trooper was right. They had shields.
Yeah, no, they had shields, but they weren't Celtic symbols. They had. It's called Vanguard. Look it up if you're a Nazi.
Yeah, sure, they're your people, Trooper. You should know these things.
Yeah. As more people descended towards the Emancipation Park, counter-protesters began throwing paint at Unite the Right demonstrators. After that, fights broke out among the crowd. Pro-white groups and counter-demonstrators spent about 2 hours in repeated skirmishes along the East Market Street. State police say people were throwing cans full of concrete at each other along with pepper spray, tear gas, and other weapons. And then the Jeff Fogel guy was like, I'm amazed the police have allowed people to assault other people and throw things at them. Unlawful assembly was declared around 11:30, which prompted riot police to respond. Governor McAuliffe declared a state of emergency. Police say one person was arrested.
Only one person out of all of that, one single person. What do you mean
part of what these groups do is they do what's called black bloc tactics, where they will wear all black clothes, like jeans, sweatshirt, face mask, hat, etc. So there's no identifying features. So that way, when they do shit like this, you can't arrest somebody because you can't know who did it.
I mean, if I was a police officer, I'm extremely vigilant. I'd be like, that guy's white.
Have you seen these police officers?
I mean, obviously these police officers didn't know. What do you mean, like our neighborhood? Like our police officers?
Not police officers.
Oh, fuck yeah. I told you I had a guy threaten to fucking murder me and my friends. He's like, if that dude would have pulled that, I would have shot you all. And like, excuse me? This could be a few dozen angry Nazis in this world. Exactly.
So that's the thing. That's what none of these people understand, is that if they didn't make a big fuss out of it, if the mayor didn't make a fuss out of it, if nobody said a damn thing, the Nazis would have held a little rally, about 2 dozen people, 2 dozen Nazis would have shown up, and that would have been the end of it. Nobody would have given a shit.
Crucifix doesn't exist. Crucifix, go back to the hole. You're not drunk yet. Drink. Anyway. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But this is why we're doing the special Nazi segment. We've got so much shit. Kenneth threw a bunch of other news stories in, but we're going to talk about Nazis from point A to point B. Yes. He doesn't realize that we can talk for 5 hours about Nazis. All white people look the same.
I mean, have you seen us?
Extremely vigilant. That dude's white. Exactly. Like, that dude's white, and then that dude over there was black. But also, you know, like, I'm talking about if I was a police officer and I talk about how I pay attention to features and notice things, I would notice, I would pick things out of people.
But that's the thing, that's why they wear all black. That's why they coordinate their clothing.
It still doesn't mean you can't pick features out of people.
No, it just
not everyone looks the fucking same.
Yeah, but it just makes it extremely difficult.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, when you have, 3-4 dozen people all wearing the same clothing, all looking exactly alike outside of maybe height or size, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why they do these tactics.
You can find defining features of these people. I mean, I'm sure if all these people are dressed up like black bloc tactics, I'm sure if you captured one, you'd find shit on him, like rocks to throw at people or something.
Possibly. Unless you just drop them in the crowd. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Or, you just beat the shit out of fly wrong person, Just all in the name of justice and keeping the order and the peace. I mean, police do it all the time, yeah? Normally. So why not do it any other time? I mean, the problem is the police didn't do anything really here until it was way too late.
So this is a good quote from Corin Keller with the Virginia State Police. It's that quote. Right there. Yeah. I don't think this is a proud day for Charlottesville. And it's not a proud day for Virginia to see 2 opposing groups who have sides, they have freedom of speech, but to turn to violence is not the way. She's absolutely correct. So let's see, 3 people were arrested for unlawful assembly. Troy Dunnigan of Chattanooga, Tennessee, was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. Jacob L. Smith, 21, from Louise, Virginia.
Virginia.
Was arrested and charged with misdemeanor assault and battery. And James O'Brien, 44, of Gainesville, Florida, biking all the way from Florida for this, was arrested and charged with carrying a concealed handgun.
I don't know if that's necessarily illegal. I mean, it might be.
I guess it depends on the state.
Yeah. I don't know. I would, if I was that guy, I'd probably fight that. If you had a concealed carry license in Florida, he could be like, "You guys are dumb." By the way, your concealed carry permit, especially for those of us in Texas, it does transfer over state lines.
To only certain states.
Even states that don't have it, since you have the license here, even if you're carrying it, you're allowed to travel through with your firearms.
Yeah.
As long as you're traveling and not staying. There's like certain law. I don't know. Michael goes really deep into these things because he has like 10 million guns, so he knows the in and outs of gun laws. He doesn't know the in and outs of how to be a human being, but he knows the in and outs of gun laws. So
okay,
but still.
So that was that.
Remember, as long as you're traveling, as long as you're not staying anywhere, you're allowed to go through state lines in any state, no matter if they have gun carry laws or not.
So, you want to play the next?
We're going to unite the right.
So you could just hit that play button.
This play button? Is it a
the
sound
self-proclaimed alt-right movement has up to now existed mostly online,
now we're listening to
internet
NPR.
forums and on websites. It's a world that George Hawley of the University of Alabama spent a lot of time in. He wrote the book Making Sense of the Alt-Right and has interviewed dozens of activists in the movement. Earlier today, Hawley told me last weekend's rally in Charlottesville was an effort by those activists to move their community from the virtual world into the real one.
I think the goal was to show that this is not, at least anymore, a movement that is purely made up of anonymous Twitter trolls. These are people who are willing to come out and make a show of force and be seen out in the real world.
To be mainstream, and if that's the case, does it look like they succeeded?
I don't think so. I don't think any of...
I'm hearing this dude's voice. I swear I know this guy. His voice sounds really familiar and it's bugging me. Oops.
Just hear more of it. Maybe you'll find it.
No, I don't want
that, especially Saturday, went as they would have hoped. Obviously, this did not come across as a mainstream movement. A lot of the symbols of the most marginalized elements of the radical right were on visible display, things like swastika flags, etc. So if this was an effort at mainstreaming, I don't think it was a success.
You've interviewed many people who consider themselves part of the alt-right. Can you give us a profile? Who does this ideology appeal to?
Is this what you said earlier? About Trooper? All right.
I would say it is definitely...
All right, guys, here's Trooper York right here. This is going to describe Trooper York's existence.
A young movement. I'd say that it is predominantly white millennial men. That is not sort of stereotypically conservative in its profile. I'd say that probably it is a more secular population than the country overall. That is, there are a lot of agnostics and atheists or people who are just not generally indifferent to religion. And I think that it is a fairly well-educated movement on average. That is, I think that probably the modal alt-right member has at least some college education.
Well, I'm going to stop it right there. What does being atheist or agnostic and not giving a shit about religion have anything to do about being a Nazi?
No, it's not talking about the Nazis. It's talking about the alt-right.
Oh.
Because that's what this is. This was a talk
But what does that have to do? I still raise the same question.
Because the alt-right is a particular type of person.
This applies
what he described.
This applies to Crucifix and me, technically,
and kind of me
and Trooper. And you're all kind of white. You just don't look at. You'd be like, you're not all right. You're Mexican. Go back over the border.
Well then, I'll be out of here. Remember, folks, pinky out, fancy.
I'm already done with it, so it doesn't matter. Time to mix alcohols.
Yeah.
All right, Karen.
Now, is there a connection to those long-standing white supremacy movements that people are most familiar with, say the KKK or skinhead groups?
For the most part, no. What makes the alt-right unique compared to earlier white nationalist movements, as you mentioned, skinhead gangs and the KKK, is that those movements existed for the most part in the real world. They were real organizations that had people gathering in real.
Hold on. What? Real world, real life? I don't know, I just like shitting on this dude.
Well, no, it's because
they're saying the alt-right's not real, though. Like,
well, no, they're saying it's real online. That's the distinction.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. There's been a lot of quote-unquote alt-right movement. There's been a lot of alt-right protests, technically. That was a big deal, like, when Trump was trying to become president, with the whole Pepe's pin, the dude that Shia LaBeouf punched in the face. Those were all alt-right.
Yeah, those were trolls. Those weren't alt-right. Those were just trolls. They may be alt-right trolls, but they're still trolls.
They're still alt-right, though.
Yeah,
but what I'm just saying is...
But I mean, this entire point of this was to legitimize the alt-right movement. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. This entire Unite the Right was to form a collectivist group of alt-right individuals to demonstrate that they exist in reality and show a certain measure of, distinctness and such. Like, you don't get that for just being online or a few trolls. That's the thing. The KKK, skinheads, they go out there, they go demonstrate, they go do protests, whatever. But, this is the first time in mass that the alt-right has decided to come out.
Guys, so we're gonna have a Unite the Right, and it's gonna be not Unite the Right. It's gonna be Unite the Drunks. It's gonna be Speakeasy Gaming, baby. Whoa, Texas meetup eventually, probably.
Maybe one day.
You're all coming to Texas. Get real jobs
in Dallas.
Yeah. Wait, are we gonna get jobs in Dallas? Or do you want to move to Dallas?
Dallas is cooler than Austin.
Why? Just because of Koreatown? You haven't lived in Austin, man. Austin's actually really cool. There's a lot of shit.
But I mean, there's more in Dallas and Fort Worth.
Not really.
Yeah, Dallas and Fort Worth is like 4 times the size of Austin.
Because it's 2 separate fucking cities.
Exactly. So 6 times.
No, God, that's not how this works. Austin's the capital of Tejas.
And?
It's the best place. It's the
traffic is the worst place.
So Dallas traffic's not much better.
Well, at least with Dallas, you got like a trillion fucking ways to get around it. With Austin, there's only 2 fucking main roads to get between North and South Austin. And if you don't take those roads, you're fucked.
I feel like we were just lucky because we didn't go in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I know DFW is fine.
We understand that DFW. It's 2 different fucking cities.
It's a megalopolis at this point. Yeah. That's a technical term.
However, Houston's still bigger than Dallas Fort Worth, at least in people and everything.
Houston is like...
Massive.
16 dozen fucking cities that all call themselves Houston.
Yeah, Houston's bigger than Dallas Fort Worth. My statement
is. There's not as cool things as Houston.
What? You mean as Dallas?
There's not that many cool things in Houston as.
Oh, well, I thought you said that it's not as cool as Houston. That's why I was like, what? You mean as Dallas?
No, Dallas is cooler than Houston.
Yeah. I mean, I can go be a giant fucking weeaboo at that arcade. That was cool as shit. Japanese arcade game stuff. And we couldn't understand shit. Me and Kevin were playing a racing game, and I was like, I think this is versus.
Is that the right thing? I guess.
I was like, I'm sitting here.
We're just looking back at each other, like, is this the right one?
And he looks at me, and I'm like, I'm a weeaboo, but I don't understand these characters. I think I was Korean. I don't know, because there was Korean games and shit there. But no, we're playing, and I'm used to racing games. The shift column and stuff's on the right? Well, this fucking Japanese game, the shift column's on my left. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? God damn it, it's Japanese. No wonder why it's on the left. Fuck. Yeah, basically. Alright, anyway. More reading.
People gathering in real life. And for most of the short history of the alt-right, that has mostly not been the case.
There was this focus in Charlottesville on the monument to Confederate General Robert E. Lee that the city plans to remove. So was this really about the statue or something much bigger?
Well, Southern heritage per se has not really been a rallying cry of the alt-right. So I think that a lot of the people who were there were not so much motivated by a passion for Robert E. Lee or Confederate history than a sense that First of all, this represented sort of a broader attack on white American identity, and also just an opportunity.
So yes, as you mentioned, it's more of an attack about white identity. And that's a lot of the alt-right, is that they're not like white supremacists. It's probably a bit of like white nationalism. Not like super overt, but it's definitely there. It has an undercurrent of white pride, I'll say. And it's like I said, it's pretty damn clear that that's going on. Oh, we're busting open the bottle. Yeah, what is the sake cups?
Oh yeah, we could. That's a good point.
Yeah. Like I said, that's something that you see quite often in this. Let's continue on.
Just an opportunity. This was something in the news that they could take advantage of and be an excuse to make their presence known.
What's the stated goal, not just for this past weekend, but for the movement in general?
Well, I think the long-term goal of white nationalists has been made very clear. They're quite open that their long-term goal is the creation of a white ethno-state. That is the creation of a state that would be racially homogenous, which of course makes them much more extreme and radical than anything you would see coming from certainly mainstream conservatives or even from anyone within the Trump administration.
So do you expect to see more from the kinds of people behind the Unite the Right movement, especially after Charlottesville?
Well, at present, they say that there is more in the works. I'm inclined to believe them, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. I suspect it is going to be more of a challenge to get permits given the chaos that we saw on Saturday. So my suspicion is that future gatherings will be more likely to take place on, say, private property, where these sorts of concerns would be alleviated.
Mm-hmm.
That was George Hawley. He teaches at the University of Alabama and is the author of Making Sense of the Alt.
Making Sense of the Alt-Right.
I should check out that book. Sounds interesting.
What is that? Yeah.
We're Japanese businessmen drinking wine out of sake glasses. We're gonna get tiny drunk.
It's not like I get used to this any other way.
Nope.
There's quite a bit.
That's fine. This is like nothing compared to my actual wine glass I use.
His little wine glass, everybody. Listen to that guy.
It's important to use proper wine glass.
Tastes just like grape juice. Can't even taste the alcohol. I love it.
That's why I drink it.
Yep. Same. So is there anything we're moving on to the next one?
Okay, so this is the first opening segment about.
I am the Führer.
So like I said, this is the first opening segment about what started this. So now we're going to transition into a more detailed version of events, and then finally the after effects.
So we roll the video.
Roll the video.
Roll the video.
It'll pretty much cover everything we need, I think.
White nationalists and counter-protesters blamed each other for the violence that erupted in Charlottesville on Saturday.
Of course they did.
Protesters also blamed the police for not keeping the peace. Amateur video from many angles over the course of the day paints a picture of how events turned violent.
You are actually right about the lighting on the green screen. I see that now. It is coming through really badly.
Told you we needed that big light.
You know what I need you to do? I need you to shut the hell up, and we're killing it. Boom. Everyone sees the magic behind the screen.
No!
Behind the invisible wall.
It's too real, man. Far too real. There we go. Very good.
The invisibility.
I need some, like, fucking, what's that stuff people use to make themselves less shiny on camera?
Make themselves what?
Less shiny on camera.
Dirt? I don't know.
No, it's makeup or something.
Foundation?
Foundation.
Foundation's like the foundation of all makeup. I mean, I look shiny as shit. God damn, we both look shiny. We're shiny, beautiful men. I'm gonna give you the cable TV runaround, baby. Anyway. That's what this shirt makes you feel like, honestly. But it's okay. Because we've got things to be doing. Fixed. Look at that. There we go. It also changes as the night goes on because, like, the outside light. We're from a giant sliding glass door that has a lot of outside light.
We need to get a curtain for that.
I can't put the damn thing up. We used to have, well, originally, when we owned the house, we had one. I wish. I'd rather have one. I hate having this giant exposed piece of glass. I hate fucking looking through it.
So why don't you get one?
Because they have to be specially made. You can't just go to Walmart and buy one.
Yeah, you can.
No. I want to get, like, the sliding one. Because you still have to be able to access the door.
Just go real ghetto with it. Just get a panel. Just fucking push pins.
My mom will hate everybody.
I mean, you can take him down before she shows up.
Meh.
Anyways.
Nein. Wir müssen das Reich vernichten. I don't know.
Too much German.
Morning, white supremacists gathered at McIntyre Park in Charlottesville.
McIntyre.
Around the same time, counter-protesters met at a church 2.5
That's really
miles
fucking
away.
far away.
Both groups marched toward Emancipation Park in downtown Charlottesville, the site of the planned far-right rally.
I would not march 2 miles. I like how the alt-right.
Oh yes, they're also saying blood and soil. It's an old school. They're the Nazis. That's an old school Nazi thing.
Several men wearing National Guard-style military gear were present. The first outbreak of violence was reported at 10:30 a.m. More clashes happened before 11 a.m. The use of pepper spray was reported.
Yeah, they're filling the air with like somebody just throwing
smoke bombs. A state of emergency was
bombs.
declared at 11:06 a.m. Violence continued until 11:30 a.m. When officials declared unlawful assembly. Police started making arrests around 11:55 a.m. as they began clearing Emancipation Park. At 12:30 p.m., clashes were reported at nearby Justice Park.
If I could just like threw that flag at the dude.
Counter-protesters marched down 4th Street. At 1:40 p.m., a car sped down 4th Street.
What?
Can you roll it back a few seconds? I just want to point out those signs.
Solidarity, no hate things, those things.
Yeah, but no, look at that. Communism right there. Join the Socialist Workers' Party.
Yeah.
For the people.
There's something there. And then what's up with those pink shielded ladies? I don't get that.
Fat chicks with pink shields. I'm so scared.
Actually, they're kind of skinny.
Yeah, most of them are skinny.
Chick's pretty fat in the back, but I don't understand. Well, I mean, that chick's larger, but yeah, no. I don't understand the pink shields thing.
I think just for protection.
This girl's correct. She's got, I mean, they have the helmets. These are all like softball helmets. This bitch's got like a bike helmet, but she's got a ski mask or ski goggles or goggles. That person's smart. That's how you don't get pepper sprayed in the eyes.
Yeah. But no, this is fucking communism right there. That's what that is.
I mean, that's what a fist is.
These are communist.
I spilled some alcohol.
We need more. This is
I
empty.
didn't fill it very much. I didn't fill it very much.
I only filled about like 3 of these.
Excuse me? Finish your goddamn beer.
Fine. Gosh.
Finish your alcohol, little boy. What is it? Yeah, it says International Socialist Organization.
See, told you. Fucking communist.
See, I believe in socialism as like the Bernie Sanders socialism, not that.
I believe in democratic socialism, which is
Bernie
Sanders socialism.
I believe in some socialism aspects. I believe it's probably the best way. I'm gonna go refill the alcohol. We're not playing the video until I get back because I want to watch more of this shit.
He wants to see more communists get their asses kicked.
That would be hilarious. Instead of punching Nazis, punching commies.
Punching commies.
You're welcome for that, everybody.
We're so freaking shameless, blameless. Now can't see. Punching Nazis. If you like that song, I would suggest check it out. Chris Ray Gun, Social Justice the Musical. Brilliant list of songs.
I can't even tell. Oh, it's because it's fizzy drink. That's why it's fizzy. You're gonna finish the damn alcohol.
Probably.
I like this stuff though.
Yeah, no. If you want another good one, it's you can get it from HEB's. It's in another blue bottle like that, with like a silver filigree label.
You can really describe most of them.
It should be next to like some gold bottles. It's like all gold foil bottles. Because the gold foil bottle is the same brand, but I don't know, it's just more expensive for some reason.
It's probably all expensive.
No, it's about the same price as that bottle.
What bottle?
Bottle.
It was like $8.
It's about 11.
That's more expensive, yeah.
It is more expensive, but it's good.
A car.
I don't want to spend all of my money on alcohol. I mean, I might.
Yes, you do. You're just gonna become an.
I hate my life. I'm an alcoholic.
Then it rushed in reverse.
God damn! Took a man.
Did you guys just see that? A car just plowed through hundreds.
I mean, hell, you could hear it speeding up into the crowd.
Charlottesville. Holy. We need the ambulances.
Holy fucking shit. That's what I believe.
James Alex Fields Jr. was arrested and charged with second-degree murder after authorities identified him as the driver of the car. Heather Hayer, a Charlottesville paralegal, died in the attack.
She was 32.
If you can dodge a car, you can dodge a ball, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. Unless it's a boulder. So,
I don't know if that's a ball. I don't think it classifies as a ball. I think it classifies as Indiana Jones.
So let me quickly tear through some points. So, first off, we'll start it off at the top. Of course.
Start from the top!
A tepid White House response. So, on Saturday, Trump met with criticism for condemning the egregious display of hatred and bigotry and violence on many sides, without singling out the white nationalists or neo-Nazis.
But I think he's correct, because there was violence on both sides.
There really was violence on both sides, although he could have worded it better.
Yeah.
By pointing out, the neo-Nazis and Antifa, /communist, /alt-left,
/ everything.
Pretty much whatever else helps you're going to throw in there. He could have worded it better, but this is Trump, so... you don't expect much.
He's got about the literacy rate of a fucking second grader. Actually, no. Probably about kindergartner.
Probably. It's going to be tremendous. It's going to be big, the bigliest.
Pretty much.
Finally, on Monday, Trump declared racism is evil, and adding that those who cause violence in its names are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. And later that day, he's like, you had one group on this side, it was very bad. The other group on the other side was also very violent. Nobody wants to say that. I'll say it right now. Trump's just laying it down. He's like, yeah, it's violent on both sides.
Yep, because everybody's condemning the side that isn't their side in a nutshell. That's what's going on currently.
Because
that's how it always is.
That's the thing, nobody is on the side of the Nazis.
Yeah.
But I doubt even Fox would defend Trump.
See, I don't want to say I'm on the side of the Nazis. I'm just on the side of...
free speech?
I'm on the side
freedom of expression?
I'm on the side of everybody. I'm on the side of true equality, and this is where this comes into play. Yeah, they may say stupid shit and make stupid fucking whatever. Who cares? Personally, I don't care if they do Nazi hand signs. This act, that doesn't fucking hurt anybody. Honestly, it doesn't. Then carrying on as folks also doesn't hurt anybody. It might make people feel bad, but your feelings don't mean shit. I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't care about people or their feelings. But what actually hurts people is violence, and that's not okay. Actually beating people is not okay. Talking to you, Trooper, Crucifix, anybody else likes to just, I don't know. One of you two is going to snap, and they're going to go crazy. I'm going to snap, and I'm going to go crazy one day myself.
Trooper's going to fuck his goats.
Syphilis is bad. Be careful, Trooper. Use condoms. Always wear a condom. Just like we talked about the other night. Wear a condom 24/7. That way you don't have to worry about anything. But anyway, carry on.
So after that, scroll down a bit. It's further. There we go. The nation experiences. So on that note, on Monday, the Attorney General actually came out and called it domestic terrorism, which is what it was. Definitely domestic terrorism. Using a political movement to incite, hatred and violence against another person. Definitely. The political motives, yeah. Clearly fits the definition of domestic terrorism. But I will say this.
Is that one of the people that got ran over?
Yeah.
That dude just flying.
I mean, just look at that picture.
Did he hit this truck right here?
Maybe.
Looks like it because the truck's tilted off that way. So somebody lost their shoes right there. There's a couple of people lost their shoes.
Yeah. Probably did. But I mean, that picture is iconic. That picture will be in textbooks for years to come.
Black Lives Matter right there. There's people flipping.
There's the communists.
This is a white dude also getting hit right here. This is a black dude getting hit. There's all sorts of colors and races and people getting hit right here. But there's Black Lives Matter right there. There's the communist people. There's whatever that is. Is that Antifa?
That's Antifa, yeah.
Yeah. There's another Black Lives Matter right there. So there's all sorts of people that just got hit.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's the thing.
There's the person that lost his shoe right here.
Some of the shoes.
Notice his Jordans miraculously stay on.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the ironic thing, was that the woman who he killed was white.
Oh. She kind of looks Hispanic to me.
Yeah, she's definitely white. There'll be pictures later on in the stories.
Okay.
So, I would like to point out...
Yeah, Trooper says the chick that died was white.
Yes. So we scroll down a touch.
A touch, okay.
Yeah, right there. So, in the aftermath, my mother sleuths tried to identify and shame white nationalist participants. But in at least one case, it's actually been multiple cases now, they've called out the wrong person and fucking ruined their lives. Mm-hmm. I've heard many reports of people who were called out falsely being fired.
Are you talking about all the people that were doxxed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Being fired or being threatened.
The funny thing is, if they're fired for that, they can have legal repercussions if they get fired over that.
Awesome.
I mean, it's like me in my case. But see, that's even less. They didn't even do anything direct, just getting fired. Even if it's an at-will state, that's going to cause problems. And
then it's also kind of funny because the neo-nationalist, the white nationalists also face backlash from businesses. The web hosting service GoDaddy cut ties with the Daily Stormer, which posted a very horrid article about the death of that woman, which Trooper and I read. It was terrible.
Did you find it and read it? Why didn't you link it to me? I want to read that shit.
I'm just reading it. I don't know. I don't even know if you can get to the Daily Stormer anymore. So after that happened, so GoDaddy cut ties with him. They moved to Google. Google cut ties with him. So they moved to Russia. Russia cut the Russian domain host, fucking banned them from that domain ending .ru. So now they're on tour.
Goddamn. Should have went to like Switzerland. Well, no, Switzerland wouldn't do it because they're in the EU.
I mean, Philippines?
What the fuck is it? No, there's like special weird places. Oh, Middle Eastern server hosting companies will do it.
Probably. Anyways, so that's how we're gonna. There it is. So Heather Heyer,
Heather
32,
Heyer.
was
paralegal,
who was passionate advocate for the disenfranchised and was often moved to tears by the world's injustices.
Oh no. It is JW.
And also, I don't know why everybody keeps bringing up the 2 state troopers that died on Saturday when their helicopter fucking fell and burst into flames.
That's weird.
And it's understandable, and again, it's important, but I mean, they don't really relate to what happened today.
How did a helicopter fall and burst into flames?
I'm sure we'd know more if we read that story, but we don't got time for that.
Did people throw shit at it? Could people throw that high? Is it just a coincidence that people let's try to redirect some shit to that? Get at times for 40% off a year. You looking at it?
Well, actually, apparently they were. Apparently they were sent to keep watch on the demonstrations.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Trooper Bates.
But a few minutes before 5 p.m., and for reasons that are not yet clear, the helicopter fell from the sky and burst into flames in a wooded residential area on the outskirts of the University of Virginia campus. So, the helicopter, stalled or something and they couldn't get it started?
Who knows?
Anyways, continuing on.
Is there anything you want to read here?
No.
Alright.
Okay. So this
the Nazi of the school. Oh, beautiful.
This is a bit of a background.
Oh, it's a Vice thing. Vice terrorism, apparently.
Yeah, so I'll cover this because there's just a couple things I want to just point out here with the story. I'm just doing a lot of talking today.
That's fine. You do all the talking. I'll just drink. It's cool.
You go like that. So, I'd like to point out this. So, as a high school student, James Alex Fields Jr. wore a belt with swastikas on it, and he drew the symbol everywhere. Several of his classmates told Vice News that by senior year he had come to be known as the Nazi of the school.
I just want to point out we have people that was like that at school that were Nazi shit and just. But these people weren't even racist or remotely neo-Nazis. They just did it because they thought it was hilarious and because it enraged people.
Well, didn't the administrator step in?
I don't remember.
Because, I mean, they step in all the time. People who have violated dress code.
No, I mean, it's a belt. I mean, you don't really pay attention. And then they would draw on desks and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it was all the fucking idiots who swastikas.
That's what I'm saying. People do shit like that all the time as jokes and to piss people off.
Mm-hmm. You want to scroll down to Copper High School?
Where's this at?
Yeah, right there. So, it says during his time there at Copper High School,
there it is.
Fields regularly found opportunities to single out classmates, especially for being not white, according to another classmate. Fields would constantly mock those different from him. His former classmates said he often made hateful and racist comments. One former student recalled that Fields often harassed a female Muslim who wore a hijab for being a terrorist. I tried to stay away from him, a former student said. Anyway, so if you scroll down. So when Fields was a resident of Ohio...
Apparently I didn't have to scroll down, it's there.
Okay, fine. Gosh. When he was a resident of Ohio, he showed up for the United Right rally against the takedown of Robert E. Lee Monument in Charlottesville. He flaunted that extreme ideology. Although Fields' mother thought he was only attending a Trump rally, he had a shield emblazoned with the black and white logo of Vanguard America, a white nationalist hate group, which is what Trooper mistaken for a Celtic shield.
I mean, they need those people.
No. He mistaken.
Ah, yes. I see what you did there.
However, denies Fields' membership, but his Facebook page captured by BuzzFeed. I hate this. Fuck you, BuzzFeed! Revealed alt-right imagery like Pepe the Frog. Mm-hmm. Let's keep this going through that.
Vice News. This is also Vice News.
So this is also Vice News, but it's also BuzzFeed. Two terrible organizations getting together to make shit.
Make shit news, yep.
This is even in high school. Fields' former classmates said nothing he did would have surprised them. No matter what Fields did, the response from people would be, "You know, he was a Nazi, right? It wasn't a secret." Let's see. Here it is.
Pepe the Frog is not actually racist. It's just used by the alt-right.
It's a meme.
Groups. Well, yeah,
the point of a meme. I know you know, but I'm saying the point of a meme is just.
We're all people of the internet here. If you're watching my stream, and you don't know what a meme is.
What a meme is.
No, I have no faith in your existence. I love you as a viewer and as somebody who may or may not support me in the future with money, but still, no.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a picture. It's just an image that has a thing attached to it. Let there be a message.
It's a comic about being ugly in a nutshell.
Comic, yeah. Just living with it. Being Pepe the Frog. Anyways.
I'll show you, Pepe. Touch my Pepe.
You wanna scroll down some?
Oh, sure. You wanna scroll down some? It's not fucking Brandy.
Yeah, glasses far too small for Brandy.
Not really.
Although I did see a thing today called the alcohol like vaporize. I don't remember. It had a fancier name to it.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Directly vaping fucking out straight alcohol.
So
straight, but mostly alcohol.
You get like, infused alcohol.
So super expensive alcohol.
So you get Great Scott alcohol.
Yeah. That was really good though. Except for the Japanese thing that I had. That was like, it didn't taste like shitty rice like that snowman in there. But it was just like, I taste like rubbing alcohol. I could go home and drink rubbing alcohol for less dollars than this.
Yeah, just that 90% isopropyl alcohol.
I wouldn't go 90. Go 75 or 50. That way you'll at least not die.
Yeah, so basically what they do is like you get like a standard glass kind of thing. And then it has like this glass bulb at the top. So you get like a funnel, you pour the alcohol in there, and then you get like a tea light. Mm-hmm. Tea candle. You stick it down there. It heats up the alcohol, and it vaporizes it. and then you stick your fancy-ass glass straw into it and just breathe in the alcohol.
I've seen things like that. I've seen like a shot that does that or whatever. Like you take your shots like through vapor or whatever. But I just feel like breathing in alcohol and getting it inside your lungs, it would hit your system.
Well, that's what it is.
Practically instantaneously.
It hits your system very quickly.
But the problem is you could accidentally fucking overdose on alcohol that way.
You could.
Overdose LD50, die, get super fucking
you need to have a bunch of those like set up in a row and then hit them.
You think stupid people wouldn't do that?
No, I'm sure they would.
I was gonna say, you think young kids would do it? It's like shotgunning beers. It's not the most intelligent thing to do, but people do it just because they can.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because this story, talks about the school and stuff, and working at a school, him having worked at a school, attending a school like a normal American citizen.
Dealing with being a terrorist at school. We went over that story, I think. But you can catch it anytime live. Anytime you ask about it. Or catch me outside, how about that? And just fucking, and just ask me about it. It's not something I really care about. It changed who I am as a person, but maybe who I am today.
Anyways.
The robotic guy I am.
So a big issue was the school itself. A former classmate said.
That I don't believe. I mean, that I don't disagree with.
Because if anyone made a complaint, the administration would say, we've taken note of this. Or we'll get this solved. But everything would be brushed off, just in general. Whether it was bullying, racist comments, or anything else, the student added, that to their knowledge, Fields was never reprimanded or punished for his actions.
I mean, he might have been. Who knows? Or he might have had one of those principals who just didn't give a shit.
Possibly. And then finally, a comment from one of his former history teachers.
Where's that at?
Down further. Right there in his numerous interviews since the attack on Saturday, which left 32-year-old Heather Hayer dead. Fields' former history teacher,
Derek Weimer.
Derek Weimer. I don't know what's that name. It's the D's.
He's thinking about me. Thinking about the D.
Yeah. Acknowledged Fields' radicalism had long been brewing. He said Fields had a fascination with Hitler and Nazi Germany that went beyond normal interest in World War II.
Trooper.
He had white supremacist views. He really believed in that stuff, Trooper.
Fucking love you, Trooper. Oh yeah, that's right, your character. He turns around and he makes a heart, and then he... Alorkbot! Fucking... Ori.
Oh my god, yeah.
The unspoken... He gives me a heart back! The unspoken gay love is beautiful. I love it. You know what sucks? I don't think it's even hot in here anymore, but it's just hot because of alcohol.
Nah, it's still warm in here. Anyways, so that's all the story. That's all this one we're covering. But, I mean, it gives you, a more in-depth idea of who this person was.
This is the kid that ran over.
This is the kid that ran over Heather Hayer.
Yeah. It sounded like he had like an SRT-8 fucking Charger, though, a Challenger. It was a pretty nice Challenger. What, again, was. But it looked like it took tons of damage.
Well, it ran through and injured 19 and killed 1, so it's a lot of people to battle through.
Yeah. That just shows you in a zombie apocalypse, you need reinforced. Anyway. Besides...
So this story here is a story of a person who was misidentified and had their life ruined. Slightly, so far. It's probably going to get worse.
Probably.
So it's mildly long, so cover what you will.
Oh, you want me to cover it?
Yes.
Sorry, allergic to bullshit. Anyway, UA professor misidentified as white supremacist, shocked by social media response. University of Arkansas, assistant professor Kyle P. Quinn hasn't slept in his own bed in 3 days. Not since a web sleuth posted his home address online when strangers began clamoring for his resignation, all because he was wrongly identified and a social media mob quickly condemned him. As a white pride rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, spurred a slog of violence Friday night into the weekend, including a death of a 32-year-old woman, social media became the next battlefield. Enraged, anti-racists took to Twitter to bash the bigots shown in photographs at the rally, and Quinn got caught in the fray. Quinn, an associate professor in the College of Engineering, runs a university lab that works to understand abnormalities in the wound healing process. Cool.
Interesting.
And is not, as hundreds of social medias assumed, a white supremacist. But in the aftermath of the Virginia violence, online accounts began posting cropped photos of the men who attended the Unite the Right rally and asking users to identify. Among those photos was one showing a brown-haired white man with glasses who touted a torch and wore a red University of Arkansas College of Engineering shirt.
I'm just going to interrupt you real quick. I didn't get that job with that state.
Yeah, you told me.
No, I wasn't trying to hold you.
Yeah, you told me.
Okay.
Why, you just saw your email and saw that again?
Yeah.
And then this is, let me play the world's smallest violin and let me, this is the motion you need to be making right now. I know the same feel. I mean, I'm jobless. You should still have a job and you're still making.
Yeah, but you have an interview coming up, don't you?
Possibly.
With who?
A+ Federal Credit Union.
Right.
In Austin, though.
Yeah.
Move to Austin.
God damn it. We're splitting up the dream team.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I need to apply to a bunch of places in Dallas, though. Dallas is so much further to go for a fucking interview, though.
Well, I'm gonna try and make sure all these people understand I need a fucking video interview.
Oh, see, that's one of those things. I will only go if they're like, this thing is in person. Because, it makes sense to do an in-person interview at least once. But, like, at the end, like, for instance, that one, who's it? Oh, Amazon, and their multi-interview process, and I was like, do you need me? And they're like, well, I asked them, if this will be the final interview, then sure. I was like, but if this is like a secondary interview, then I would like to do video. I mean, until you need, the third interview, I agree with seeing somebody in person to get to know somebody. That's totally fine. It's probably honestly what got me the job. I just wish they would have given me an engineer position so I could have been working there already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks. The guy gave me a chance. He seemed really, against everybody in general. So I don't know. Anyway, enough about real life. Enough about our shitty life problems.
Back to real life.
Back to the whatever this is. The fantasy. Yep, there it is. Or is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality.
Open your eyes.
I can't sing anymore.
Look up to the skies and see. Oh, just a poor boy. I need no sympathy.
Stop it! We gotta continue.
Easy go. Little high, little low.
Okay, that's it. We cut it. No, shut. Alright, we're good now. Another time.
Karaoke.
It's another a Twitter account. Yes, you're racist. Just like, are you a Nazi? We'll find out after this show. Yes, you're racist, which boasts more than 350,000 followers, shared the picture and caption. Any Arkansas, I almost said Arkansas, fuck. Arkansas engineering folks recognize this guy? Must be awfully proud of his school to represent it at a Klan rally, or maybe he's just wearing a fucking t-shirt. I don't know.
No, the person who was actually wearing a University of Arkansas engineering shirt.
What person was that guy?
No, that's actually right there.
Yeah, but I'm saying
But no, it's not this guy who this article's about. It's a different guy.
Yeah, it's the guy who actually wore it. But what I'm saying is maybe he just wore that shirt to wear a shirt.
I mean, could be, yeah.
I
have all kinds of random ass shirts.
That's what I'm saying.
I should go to one of these neo-Nazi rallies, just wear a Republican Party shirt.
Wear a Trump shirt. You'll fit right in. They're like, I think you're one of them Mexicans, but you got a Trump shirt. And all you gotta say is, I don't like the Mexicos. Let's deport them. And they're like, he's in.
That's right there's a good Mexican.
You want a beer? Oh, I'd love a beer. Oh, yeah, somebody get this guy a beer. We're going.
You just use a beer can't fly out of the air. There you go. There's your beer.
There you go. Just let one of us know if you need one. Here's your flag.
Here's your hood. Here's your flag.
Here's your hood. Here's your flag. Here's your Vanguard shield. You might need that later. Anyway. Social media answered wrongly with a yell.
Oh my god, that should be a fucking neo-Nazi starter pack image.
What? Oh, yeah.
Tiki torch, Vanguard shield, Fucking
and
hood.
And a Klansman hood, yeah.
And beer.
Yep. As Trooper said, the Goblin Archers in Total War look like little Klansmen because they have fucking white pointy hats. Anyway. Internet sleuths shared side-by-side photos of the torch-wielding man next to Quinn's headshot from the University's website, saying that this was their guy. The two bear some resemblance.
I mean, it does look very close. That's his picture.
Yeah, at the rally of someone else. Yeah, it looks...
His jaw's a bit more defined. Quinn's jaw is.
Quinn looks happy. This other dude's got like a more full beard. I
Well,
would say the
mustache.
head and the eyes make it different. His eyes look wider. The dude's eyes look like they're closer. And he wears glasses. This guy doesn't.
And he's wearing
glasses.
Yeah. I mean, he could have taken off his glasses for a photo.
Nope. I mean, people don't really do that.
Some people do.
I don't. My glasses make me who I am. I feel fucking weird without them. If I take my glasses off, I think I look like a fucking weirdo.
I don't know. Take your glasses off.
I just look weird.
You do.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, my face looks so much better with glasses. Because then I can be like, I've got a 100% chance of stealing your bitch after I fucking push the glasses up.
It looks so strange.
I know I do. Don't fucking talk about it. I just said that.
I look fine with or without glasses.
You look weird with glasses because I don't see you with glasses very often.
No, better with glasses.
But it's because like this is what I look like 24/7, and when I take the glasses off, like I could walk around, not see shit, and be like, and people probably wouldn't know who I am anymore. Because people barely know who I am in the first place. Apparently, I'm Kenneth. Kenneth's Andrew, and fucking everybody's Trey. I don't know.
And we're all horrible people.
Yeah, we're all horrible people. All everybody else knows at our old job, or my old job at his current job, is that we have a penis, so we're bad.
Yeah,
it's basically what it sounds like.
Yeah.
That would be discrimination based on gender. And probably, I still think age, too, is still a big deal.
I still don't know where the hell that committee didn't go with either me or Holtz.
I couldn't tell you why.
Like, what is the committee's qualifications to be deciding that? Like, honestly, like...
Either they're lying to you and they're going through with the other dude.
No, because he said they didn't go with Holt either. I mean, he could be lying to me about that. And if he is, well, fuck him.
If he is, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like... Kenneth will do the Michael Jackson thing as he slides his resignation to him.
Just one glove and the sequin sparkly ash.
What are you, Michael Jackson now? He's gonna fucking pull out his top hat, twirl it, put it on, and just start moonwalking out. Shendola! And it's gonna be like, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't either. He does the pelvic thrust, grabs his junk and everything. And
somebody's down the halls and be like, is somebody playing Michael Jackson? And they just see me moonwalking past them. It's like, oh shit.
He's just moonwalking out carrying a box of all your shit. Anyway.
Gosh.
Users also... Quinn, who was home in Fayetteville on the couch with his wife, got a call from Amy Schisling, UA's Director of Strategic Communications. That sounds really hardcore. Strategic Communications for the college. She's just like sitting there in battle gear, just typing away at a computer. Strategic Communications. She told him she was sorry she was about to ruin his weekend. Quinn said in an interview on Monday, the professor learned he'd been misidentified and that social media users were amassing and arming through tweets and retweets. I thought it was ridiculous and I was shocked, but I didn't really understand what was about to happen and the kind of emails and phone calls and posting online that I was about to get. Quinn said, dozens of emails, tweets, and phone calls poured in from fuming strangers. A petition posted on change.org called for Quinn's resignation. It's since been taken down. I checked my messages once, and then I knew I didn't want to check my messages anymore, it said. The threats he was getting, while not explicitly violent, were certainly full of vitriol. Vitriol? Vitriol? I've never heard of that word in my life, to be honest. That's the first time I've ever seen that. No one said I'm going to kill you, but basically, I hope you choke on your white racism. Sounds like something an SJW would say.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Something along those lines, Quinn said. Schisling said in a phone interview Tuesday that once the university could not attend the rally, they started to reinforce the same clear correction they find misinformation.
Till dear. Fucking SJWs went off the fucking rails and they are wrongly persecuting an innocent man who looks kind of like another man.
Oh. He totally sent me the link.
Huh. Okay.
I can read the Daily Stormer later. So is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Can't so here cutting me short. I cut me short. Nobody cuts me short.
Nobody cuts me short.
We're gonna just roll this video.
Roll the video.
Charlottesville, Virginia, just days after
fuck your ABC for
deadly violence.
Hundreds of people descended on the University of Virginia campus overnight, singing together and honoring those who died. That gathering happened in the same spot where white supremacists had just spewed hatred and gathered just a week before.
And the vigil
makes them sound like they're fucking dragons. Hatred. Anyway, that sounds really metal now. My name is Hatred.
No. You just look at it and it's just it's like there's like little words, just hate, just spewing hate.
Playing out as President Trump faces.
I want to see somebody like draw
ABC's
that.
Emily Rao has the latest.
I can't get on that.
Good morning, Emily.
Highkick doesn't watch our stream.
Good morning, Ryan and Diane. President Trump's latest comments really the last straw for a lot of the country's top CEOs. The fallout continuing for President Trump as the Charlottesville community
comes I know about
together.
This stuff.
But still, like dust.
Shit.
Less than a week after chaos and hate filled the streets of Charlottesville, hundreds gathered once again. But this time, in the name of peace.
We're here to take back the lawn from this student generation.
The show of support coming as President Trump continues to lose backing.
That face. Beautiful.
From the business community.
Trump never looks good.
No, he doesn't. You look at Sometimes he looks super orange like this.
I could go draw a hatred spewing.
You look at both sides.
Thank you for that,
I
Trooper.
think there's blame on both
sides. Wait, where did he post
that? He posted on main channel.
Those comments setting off another wave of backlash. Trump, who sold himself as the businessman president, forced to shut down his major business advisory councils amid an exodus of corporate leaders. A key advisory council of top CEOs from powerhouse companies like Pepsi, GE, IBM, and Walmart.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I didn't know that was PepsiCo's symbol.
Quickly tweeted, rather than putting pressure on the business people of the Manufacturing Council and strategy and policy reform, I am ending both. Thank you all.
Because he doesn't have anybody left on the damn board.
Apple is taking it a step further, announcing $1 million donation to 2 different civil rights groups and telling employees that he does
one of them
not
is the
agree
ACLU.
with President Trump's comments. Diane and Ryan, back to you.
Because the ACLU does good work.
Anyways, good work. I can't. There we go.
Anyways, that's basically the story, so we can move on.
That's it. Okay, cool.
Because I mean, a lot of some of these are just like reiterations of things that we've covered.
Here's the thing about them moving
skipping
to the
it because we've already just kind of. I already said that. It's basically all it is.
Fuck you! Don't skip my neo-Nazi news, you son of a bitch.
Okay, Confederate statue.
There we go. This gets back to where we were. Trooper, doop, troop, poop, troop,
Roll the video.
Good evening. After controversy nationwide, including the riots in Charlottesville, Virginia, surrounding the Confederate statues, a local Confederate soldier has a First Nation.
They both have their own fucking at 20 news guy. They have their own Twitter accounts.
But it's kind of funny. It's like he gets at 20 news guy, and she just gets page back.
That's probably her name. This guy probably didn't even have. Look at how old he is.
No, he doesn't have a Twitter.
This is a woman. She has a Twitter. She probably has Instagram, Facebook, everything. This probably didn't even know what MySpace was, dude.
He's probably like, what are the social networks? I just read about them.
Wide, including the riots in Charlottesville, Virginia.
He's got some big ass ears. The motherfucker looks like he's about to pull a Dumbo and start flying away. Hey, look at that. They're just like whack.
They're like half his head.
That's what I'm saying.
How people peacefully gathered
and he's got the generic old guy news voice.
The Confederate statue has been here for more than 100 years. It was put up by the Daughters of the Confederacy back in 1904. That same group is now paying to take it down.
I mean, I'm overjoyed. It is long overdue.
Drilling and sawing in downtown Gainesville as a crew is taking down the unspecified soldier standing as a monument to those who died in the Confederacy.
Good riddance. I mean, it's the last sneer of the South.
Did they say last sneer or smear?
I think smear.
So let's roll it back real quick. I want to say that this guy takes those Axe commercials to heart. He's just like, El Messi look. Fucking, what is that hair?
It's also he's too fucking smug.
I mean, yeah.
Look at that shit-eating grin.
He looks like a neo-Nazi himself. Like, look at his hair. Who the fuck does that? Just,
I couldn't pull that off.
Am I sexy yet, baby? But seriously, what? And he is like super smug.
Yeah, I mean, just all throughout this entire thing.
The last sneer of the South.
That's smear or sneer.
Smear or sneer.
By piece,
could be either.
as people stopped and took pictures.
I understand that it's part of the community, but it represents some really horrible things to a great deal of the community.
City Commissioner Harvey Ward says he's glad to see Gainesville is turning the page on this chapter of history.
Just as a citizen of the community, I'm glad that we've thought better.
Now, the thing about this is that this particular statue honors not a particular man, but it honors the people who died.
Yeah, which is what troopers say. They're taking them down a memorial of dead soldiers. You can hate someone's ideology as much as you want. Those are American lives being commemorated, which is true.
Well, no, it's not true. They weren't Americans. They were Confederate lives. Doesn't count. Technically, I'm correct. America was the North.
It was a Confederation of America, though.
Was it?
I believe so. It was the Confederate States of America. Let me double check that, but I believe that's what it was. Civil War. I believe it was the Confederate States of America. I think it's Civil War. United States...
Confederate States of America.
Haha! Confederate States of America! Still Americans, bitches! It's in the name! It counts!
Yeah, but they're not the real Americans.
No, it doesn't matter. They're still real Americans. Technically, they're Americans too because this is North America. So it's still right. Fuck off. But yeah, still Americans, so he's still right. See, Confederate States of America. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I knew that. I know my South history.
No, but I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, I don't have a problem with this statue.
I don't have a problem with most statues. I don't know the point of removing them. What are they going to replace them with?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the thing. It's just like, you know, we're going to cover some stories later down the line.
Are we?
Yeah, about statues, because everybody's turning down statues. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, this one, the only good thing about this one is that this one was taken down in pieces properly. And it'll probably go to some museum somewhere where it'll be cared
That's what they
for.
want you to think.
Now, what are they going to do? Indiana Jones it?
I don't know, maybe.
It's being taken care of by the best. Who?
By the best people. The Nazis! Fucking Nazis!
Of something we probably should have dealt with many decades ago.
Others say it's not offensive, that it's a memorial to the dead.
It does say, in memory of the Confederate dead.
Yeah, specifically.
Memorial to the dead.
They represent the war, and it shouldn't have to bother anybody personally.
See, this is coming from a black woman, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, a black woman, which apparently is one of the marginalized groups that hates all of the Confederate anything. Black woman, everybody.
They're saying, like, it's not about the war, it's about the people. You know.
The county was notified by the Daughters of the Confederacy over the weekend that the crew was coming.
They paid for it, raised the money, and taxpayer dollars were not used for the removal.
Probably because they knew
last piece was
if
taken
they didn't
down.
leave it.
They probably knew that if they didn't
take
care
it down
of it
quickly,
to be proper,
it would have been destroyed.
Yeah, either that or they would have somebody would have came and destroyed it, incorrectly. Like they would have taken it down, but incorrectly.
Silence.
Ultimately, there's a good closure effect, I think, by the group that erected the statue being the group where the statue, that will decide where the statue ultimately resides.
Where the Confederate soldier is going is still up in the air. The county says they don't know what the Daughters will be doing with it. In Gainesville,
probably
Crystal
go
Bailey,
in their own
TV 20
fucking,
News.
Building. That's what I would do.
Gainesville police offered a statement commending the community for keeping the peace and not allowing the removal to become a riot.
You know, well,
good shit.
There you go. That's all that story's about.
Cool.
Right now.
Oh, and here's this one. I know about this story too. Rolling the video?
Roll the video. We're just watching videos and commenting over them, which is fine.
Abraham Lincoln that's been in Englewood for almost 100 years. Somebody set fire to the statue.
Oh, actually, I don't know about this one.
Yeah. So the question is, who do you think set it on fire?
I'm gonna have to say, probably neo-Nazis.
Let's keep fine. Let's roll.
I mean, I don't know. That's the only group that would set it on fire. Unless retarded people against neo-Nazis are like, we don't understand what history is. Fucking dirt!
It's an old white man's bust. Take it out.
Yeah, that's about it.
Lopez says it happened Wednesday night and is asking anyone with information to contact police or his office immediately. The 3-foot bust was erected in 1926.
That was it?
Apparently it's a very short story.
I thought it said there was 4 minutes.
New information about the now.
Are we sure that was the whole video? I guess that was the whole video. It seemed to be cut.
But also apparently somebody vandalized another Lincoln. Wait,
somebody vandalized the Lincoln. Yeah, that's Memorial. The one I knew about. It was only 22 seconds.
Law.
Yeah.
Really? The Lincoln Memorial?
Yes, the Lincoln Memorial. That's the one I was talking about. I thought you would have pulled that up.
No, I saw that, but I thought they just meant another story. It's in the here. Go down there.
Where was it?
It's down there.
Vandalize this one right here.
Yeah, there we go. We're rolling that. Got it. The Lincoln Memorial.
Yep.
God, fuck those people.
Yep. There we go, 2 minutes.
Visitors at the Lincoln Memorial did not expect to see this. Vandals spray painted a column with red paint, writing a foul message. We broke this story, sending out the first push alert to your phone right after it happened.
Oh, it's Nazis. They're not the brightest bunch.
Joins us now to tell about this type of problem, and it's unfortunately somewhat common.
These guys also have fucking Twitter
Doreen, you know,
handles.
this happens
all
so
news
often
agencies do
that
nowadays.
The National Park Service actually has a team of archivists who are specially trained in how to remove things like paint from these delicate surfaces.
It's fucking marble. It shouldn't be that delicate.
The latest vandalism here
Marble's kind of porous,
was
ain't it?
done with red spray paint.
Kind of,
one of
but
the rear
still,
columns that face the river. The
it's not that hard.
Down the column.
Also, you can just paint over it.
Appears across the bottom.
What will you go back and tell when you go back to school soon, I guess? What will you tell your classmates about?
Soon, I guess.
That they vandalized the Lincoln Memorial, this beautiful masterpiece.
And what do you think of that?
He was totally brought up to say, unless he really likes the Lincoln Memorial, I don't know.
I mean, it does. It's a nice looking memorial. Made out of nice marble and
A
such.
News 4 I-Team investigation found the National Park Service investigates about 2,000 cases a year of vandalism to our parks.
That's pretty
at a cost of more than $1 million to clean. While News 4 was interviewing a Park Service spokesperson about the graffiti, we noticed another place where the memorial had been defaced.
MTE?
This was someone's initials carved into the marble.
M&E.
While the paint can be removed, it will take a few weeks, but something like this carved into the monument cannot be fixed. At the Lincoln Memorial, Mark Seagraves, News 4.
Fuck those people.
And there have been other high-profile vandalism cases here in recent years. A D.C. woman was arrested 4 years ago, accused of splattering green paint at the Lincoln Memorial and the National Cathedral. She was later found incompetent to stand trial. And back in February, the Washington Monument, World War II Memorial, Lincoln Memorial, and the D.C. War Memorial were all vandalized. It happened over President's Day weekend. Somebody used a magic marker to write cryptic messages at the sites and made references to the death of President Kennedy. It's believed the same person was behind all of these, but so far nobody's been arrested.
Same person behind all of them. Maybe they're trying to send you a message. Conspiracy theory time. I mean, Jackie shot JFK. Who's Jackie? Isn't that his wife?
Jackie Kennedy. Yeah,
wasn't that his wife?
Yeah. She was sitting in the front of the vehicle. She couldn't have done it.
She'd have to, like, turn around and shoot him in the face.
And that would have been, like, super obvious, also considering by the direction pattern of where the bullets came from.
Yeah. However, most people still have to say, the guy that made that shot made a really ungodly shot.
He's lucky.
Made an unreasonable shot. Different times, different stories. We'll have a conspiracy theory special eventually, probably. I'll make it. I think I could pull enough information. 9/11 was an inside job, chemtrails, FEMA camps. I mean, I could find.
The grassy knoll, JFK. What else?
Area 51.
Area 51.
Just like 20,000.
The Grenfell Tower massacre was an inside job.
The recent thing?
Yeah. Hey, nobody's saying that, but somebody probably will now.
No. I mean, I could talk about Erdogan's fucking...
yes, his false flag operation.
I can actually talk about the leaked false flag operations that everybody said in the past were false flag operations, but then pull up all the classified documents.
Talk about CIA, Iran-Contra, and the fucking...
Most people, that's all true. We can actually talk about the truth behind the war, and everybody be like, that's conspiracy! And it's like, but here's the documents that are redacted from the CIA that have been unclassified. There you go.
Let's see.
Who? Who the fuck is Felix?
Do you mean PewDiePie?
Yeah, do you mean fucking Hitler pie? Nazi pie? Fucking pie? You know, whatever.
Senpai?
No. No, that kid is not senpai, and he never will be. Fuck that.
That kid, he's richer than like fucking most people in this town.
Still a kid.
All the people in this town.
Actually, I was going to say he's richer.
Combined, he's richer than all the people in this town.
I don't think that's true. There's some really rich motherfuckers.
You know how much he's...
Do you know how much money...
Google the net worth of fucking PewDiePie.
Hey, Google that shit, and I'll shit on that all day. Do you know how many rich white people there are in this town? Too fucking many, to be honest. Anyway, so is there anything you wanted to cover here? Exactly. Well, this is the.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Is it?
What about this one? You said who did this one?
Oh, scroll. No, I don't think. I guess they haven't found who did it. So apparently, he's reported to be worth, as of 2015, 12 million. Let's see. I think it has some up-to-date numbers here.
12 million is not a lot.
Oh,
12 million is a lot.
Sorry.
I told you.
No, he's worth 124 million.
Huh?
It says right here, the star has earned an estimated $124 million since 2010.
That's how much he's earned, but he's not worth that much.
Well, he's in the 56% tax bracket. Goddamn, that means 50 what? Like over half of his taxes. So yeah, 44% of all that money goes in his pocket, and the other 56% goes to the Swedish government.
I bet they're loving him.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. It's like, we have PewDiePie. He gives lots of money.
We have PewDiePie. He is a big central part of our government office.
Yeah, you see that slice of budget right there? That's PewDiePie's taxes.
That's all PewDiePie.
So he's worth, roughly about 60 million. So yeah, I'd say he's worth more than everybody in this damn town.
60 million.
I mean, if there's somebody in here worth
I'd
fucking
still disagree.
Close to that.
There's nobody. I don't think there's anybody worth 60, but there's multiple people worth millions in this town. I can tell you that much. I don't know. I can ask my mom. She knows.
I suppose so.
Probably, literally everybody on the chamber.
Yeah.
Or most of those people. They're part of the Lions Club on the chamber. Actually, no. Jackson Electric is a multi-million-dollar company. That guy's on the Lions Club. Lions Club members. Those guys. Like small town conspiracies, baby.
He could. Sure, but
he could, but he likes Sweden. Also, he could be a little bitch over there.
Besides, Sweden has great benefits.
Did he ever break up with his girlfriend?
Marcia?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think he's
because I mean, like that bitch got free publicity from him.
Yeah, no, Marcia's
so
doing good for. She even had a book deal.
Yeah, because did you see who she's with? That's all like who you know. You can be the most boring and annoying bitch ever. I don't really.
Marcia's not annoying. I never really watch her videos.
Exactly,
but I just don't watch PewDiePie much. I'm subscribed to his channel.
I don't watch PewDiePie either. I'm not even subscribed to his fucking cunt face channel.
Like,
I like Happy Wheels. That's it. From then on, I never gave a shit. That was like his beginnings, just Happy Wheels.
The relationship is going great. Yeah, see? The relationship's going great.
Of course you pay attention. Fuck you, High Kek. You're part of the problem.
There you go, High Kek. Thank you for that. Also, I need you to draw a Nazi. Spewing hate.
He could go...
Literally hate.
You mean a dragon? Yeah, he could go roommate with Jack who? Jack who? His friend?
Jacksepticeye?
Who?
Jacksepticeye. He's Irish.
Oh. Is that... See, I have a Jacksepticeye in my thing, but that's just, I guess, one of his fans.
I guess so, yeah.
I think so. And before it's the real Jacksepticeye.
I doubt it's the real Jacksepticeye.
Nobody really would love me. And before one big guy eventually does love me. I was going to ask that Burke Black to see, like, what it takes to host rate him. And, like, ask, like, what it takes to get announced. And then I'm going to be like, I'll meet you there one day. It's like, liked your shit from forever ago. I got back into streaming because of that. Watching your shit. Like, I don't watch very often, but I really like your content. I like your pirate gig. You do really well. Keep it up. And then I'll be like, how many people does it take to raid you? I will achieve that one day. I will raid.
I will get bots.
I will get... No. I will get big. I will get good. And we will raid big people one day.
Sure.
Is his content better than what it used to be?
Yeah, his content's improved quite a lot.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like he's changed.
Not worth it.
He's changed what he's been doing.
It's not worth it.
Because he used to do a lot of video games, but now he's been doing more, not slice of life things. Just
slice of life. What is this, an anime? That's on next Thursday. Yeah, okay. Next Thursday, anime time. Hope you've been keeping up, baby.
You mean next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday. Is that I said that?
You said next Thursday.
Next Tuesday, Thursday, one of the T days where we do talk show. Talk show T days.
And before I'm stuck on an anime podcast.
I mean, you could. I don't know anything about this. That's Kenneth the entire time. What is this weeb shit?
What the fuck is that?
What is that? Honya, Honey-chan. And they're like, that sounds like a sexual porno. Close. Close enough.
But anyways, so next. KKK denied permit to burn cross atop symbolic mountain in Georgia. Georgia, sweet Georgia. So, Georgia's Stone Mountain Park has denied the Ku Klux Klan's request to burn across atop the mountain, where apparently the second KKK was founded in 1915.
Is there multiple KKKs?
I think it's like
maybe like the second,
like second generation
or something. Oh,
you know, Joey Hobbs of the Sacred.
I don't know anything. Do you want to tell me the secrets about the Klan, Kenneth? I don't know shit. Apparently, I'm not white
inform the
enough.
man.
Trooper, tell him about that thing we meet on once every month about the greater Klan of Texas.
That's why I'm always under the hood.
There you go.
I'm like fucking Dave Chappelle.
Klan over Texas or whatever. I don't know.
Joey Hobbs of the Sacred Knights of the Ku Klux Klan submitted a permit application requesting for 20 people to attend a cross burning atop the mountain, which is notorious for being tied to the KKK. We'll light our cross and 20 minutes later we'll be gone, Hobbs wrote on his permit. The Stone Mountain Memorial Association this week denied the request for the October 21st cross burning and said in a statement it condemns the beliefs and actions of the Ku Klux Klan and believes that the denial of this public assembly request is in the best interest of all parties. You know, we don't want any of these groups at our park, quite frankly, said John Bankhead, a spokesman for the association.
That dude's name is hilarious. Bankhead.
Is
he Jewish?
Such a bankhead. See, everything sounds like an insult.
It does.
He said the burning would have been an act of intimidation, keeping with the KKK's history of burning crosses to intimidate black Americans, and the park won't allow that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The park, site of the second founding of the KKK, has a giant carved Confederate memorial of Jefferson Davis, Stonewall Jackson, and Robert E. Lee, which has been completed in the 60s, decades after initial work was halted. There has been a spat of white supremacist rallies at the park in recent years, though they often attended by more protesters than supporters, of course. The park clamped down on event safety after an April 2016 white supremacist gathering swelled with hundreds of protesters opposed to the rally, which ultimately attended by just a few dozen white supremacists.
That was Kenneth. I mean, that was Michael something. I don't know.
The association cited April 2016 rally and said cross-burning would require more safety resources than could be provided. Yeah, because if that gets out of
I mean, they also have to have firemen, yeah.
Yeah, then you could burn down the whole fucking forest.
Yep.
Anyways.
For the clan!
So we're into the aftermath of, you know, what's going on with Charlottesville. You know, as you can see, this is an aftermath.
What is that picture? Oh, this is the next one.
This is the next one.
I was going to say, I like that picture. I like that.
All those good old Nazis.
Kind of like that. He's got a shield. Is that the Celtic shield? That is actually a really nice looking shield. This is wearing football pads. He again. Alright, so let's talk about intelligent people for, like, you know, gear wise. He's got goggles, protect his eyes from pepper spray, and he's got a respirator. This man kind of knows what he's doing here. Good job. He's got football pads. I don't know what the football pads for, but he's got elbow pads.
Or he came looking for a fight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these people probably came looking for a fight. This is wearing fucking plate carriers and shit. Looks like dude's dressed up in airsoft gear, to be honest. But anyway, I'm just looking through pictures real quick. There's Antifa. Anti-fascist section. There's the black box. But see, look at that. They are very different. Each of these kids looks different in one way, shape, or form. I can easily pick out different people.
He learned his lesson. Anyways, so the city of Syracuse has denied a permit request by Act for America to hold a rally next month to support President Donald Trump's immigration, refugee, and border policies, according to the spokesman for the mayor's office. Act for America, which has been labeled an extremist anti-Muslim group by the Southern Poverty Law Center, an organization that tracks hate groups, says it will hold America First rallies across the country on September 9th, including one in Syracuse. Scott Pressler, lead activism strategist for Act America, told Syracuse.com that in June that the group is not anti-Muslim. So, first thing I have to say about the Southern Poverty Law Center is that they've gotten out of hand. The Southern Poverty Law Center has gotten out of hand in recent years. They used to actually do a very good job. They used to, be there to defend the civil rights of people, and especially back before the Voting Rights Act and such.
Oh, that's like forever ago.
Yeah. They've been around for quite a long time. They're a historic organization.
Back when the blacks weren't the blacks, they were the slaves.
Defended rights for many, many years. But in recent years, they're like running out because Nazis are dying out. Not literally, but the movement itself is dying out. As our, younger people are like, this is fucking stupid. So...
Except the SAWs are on the rise, though, for some reason.
Yeah, SAWs are on the rise. And that's where that's contributing to the rise of this white supremacy and white nationalism. But the thing is, for many years, the Southern Poverty Law Center has been losing, what it fought for, because what it fought for is no longer relevant. There is nothing left to fight for. When you've won, there's nothing more you can do.
It's like playing 7 Days to Die or any of our survival games, and then you get to a point where you're just built everything, and you're just in an impregnable fortress, and it's just like, what do we do now? I kind of agree with that.
No, racism definitely isn't. I certainly agree. It definitely isn't. And like I said, the Southern Poverty Law Center has, in large part, achieved their goal. Now, I understand that they do tracking of extremist groups, because it's important to keep up on extremist groups as they spring up. So if something happens, you know who did it, attributed to, or to prevent it in the first place. But they're going a bit out of whack with the whole, Pepe the Frog is Nazis.
Was that them?
They declared that, yes.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was just Hillary's group.
Well, no. They declared it after the Southern Poverty Law Center declared it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. That's new news to me.
Yeah. Working all day. The rally, which was planned earlier this summer, was scheduled to be held at the Onondaga County Republican Committee's headquarters at whatever. Randy Potter of the Republican Committee said Tuesday afternoon that due to the events that took place this weekend in Charlottesville, Virginia, the location where the rally will be held is under discussion. We don't want violence of any kind, Potter said, referring to the violence that erupted between white nationalists and counter-protests in Virginia. The location has been removed from the event page. A new location of the rally is unknown at this time. It's so funny that the Republican Committee headquarters would be allowing, Act for America to hold a rally to support the president. Yeah. Shows you where they lie.
What is ACT?
Act for America.
Oh, are you Googling it?
Yes. Alright. So they're against immigration. They're against Muslims. Let's see.
So they are in fact anti-Muslim.
Yeah. Let's see. They're against terrorism, of course. Let's see. All Muslims are terrorists.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say, yes. Definitely a lot of anti-Muslim rhetoric. They're also I love this. They call themselves. This is what they call themselves. Act for America is the nation's largest non-profit, non-partisan, grassroots national security organization with 750,000 members.
What? National security organization?
Yeah, that's the term they like to use for anti-immigration.
I want to be a national security organization. Just if I can be like, national security, everybody. Here's mine. Do what I want and get away with it, badge.
Hi, Kick.
What did you say?
He's talking about your anime stuff. He says, I think the day before the podcast, he's going to try and copy a bunch of episode summaries, and they can talk about what specifically is happening. Instead, just add spoilers to the title so we don't get any triggered people watching. Triggered?
Shut up, I care about triggering people.
Oh, I know.
I get the nobody gives about triggering people.
Well, High Kick's gone to take a shit. So.
Oh, God. Thanks for being useless again, High Kick. Just like that?
Just like that, I roll into the ASMR version of this podcast.
Ken's talking mad shit over here. You're about to get his ass beat.
Oh yeah, just doing all this shit. Fucking hell.
See, he hails me. That's what it does. He doesn't hate me, he hails me. Hail Harper.
Hail Hydra.
I believe you mispronounced Harpy.
Seriously.
Did you finish that?
Yeah, it's done. This.
So we're gonna watch this video too?
Yeah. So this is protesters tearing down a Confederate statue in Durham, North Carolina. The Carolines. Look at it, they send the fattest ass woman up that ladder. They don't even extend the ladder out to make it easy. They're fucking idiots. It's like they'd never used a damn ladder.
Isn't that the woman that got arrested for this?
Yes. That's actually the next story after this. I mean, look at this. Sybil clearly never used a ladder. Troopers like push her down. Look at that, they're saying no cops and no KKK.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because, like, the cops are the only thing standing between you and those Nazis kicking your ass.
Cops and can go hand in hand. That's what I was trying to get at.
Those fucking idiots. Commies. Well, I told you, man. They're all fucking communist. Look at that. What's that little thing said in red there on that sign? Roll it back like 2 seconds. There we go. I can't even tell. We gotta enhance that.
It says something about workers part. It says something workers.org.
Let me roll that video on my...
Something partyworkers.org. Peoplepartyworkers.org. I don't know.
18 seconds in. Let's see. Workers, something...
I see workersparty.org on there.
Yeah, workers.org.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's continue on with the video and see if maybe we get a better shot at the sound.
Enhance. No fascist USA.
No KKK, no fascist USA!
That statue came down surprisingly quick.
Yeah, it did. See, that's what I was about to say. Oh, boo boo. And it just bent.
Yeah, this must have been like hollow or something.
It's
like the head, yeah. They flicked it off, they spit on it.
They kicked it.
Now they're kicking it.
That's got a good camera setup.
Like the guy with the acoustic guitar. There's a fucking crucifix right there.
Yep. It's a mob mentality of just people going retard. I have a story about this.
If people going retard, they were already.
I have a story about this. So, okay. I have a story about how that shit works. So I have a Spider-Man doll at my mom's house. It's like life size, like person size. It's a big ass Spider-Man. So, one day, we're fucking around, and we're playing like hide and seek in the house and shit. You know, we're all like high schoolers at this point. But anyway, something comes up. Somebody gets the shit scared of him by Spider-Man. So he pulls Spider-Man out. And we're like, yeah, fuck you, Spider-Man. So then we start kicking Spider-Man on the ground and shit, like fucking around. Kind of like this, like just playful and shit. Oh, that's not playful. But yeah, so me and like 2 or 3 other friends are doing that. And the 4th friend does it. And then he pulls out his little shitty knife and he stabs the dude. And we all just back up like in fucking, basically like Family Guy. Or it's like, whoa man, you took it too far. You took it too far. But that's realistically the kind of shit that happens in real life. It's just like, you know, people are kicking it, not really trying to mean any bad or whatever, just trying to do slight harm, but not like that. And it's him just like, I got a fucking knife. Kind of the same mentality.
He stabbed. I kill you.
Hey, they stabbed Spider-Man. Yeah.
How courageous of them to kick a statue. An inanimate object that can do no harm, although that statue was very poorly anchored down.
Yeah, no, that statue like came down. Normally, I thought they were attached and they're harder.
Because
I can go lean at the ones in our town, and I can never make it fall over if I wanted to.
Yeah, because I mean, the one that the Daughters of the Confederacy had to do was they had to take that thing apart and cut apart the metal pieces and shit.
Yeah, they cut every piece apart.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's a rig statue. Maybe it's a national treasure statue. Maybe it has something inside of it. Who knows?
Just scroll down to that picture. So you see fucking idiots. Like
Black
Power. That's what it is. Black Power.
That's a... No, what else?
And that's a fucking Black Power shirt right there. Black Lives Matter shirt.
Is it?
Whoever the fuck.
Mm-hmm. It happened on county property. What?
Yeah, the police didn't do anything because it happened on county property. Which is ridiculous. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard.
Hold on, before you drink that. Let's link to the retarded America.
America, you retarded.
Yep. This is what I have to do to deal with you guys day in, day out. I gotta turn to the drink.
Yeah.
I just don't go crucifix about it. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see him later.
But you do drink too much.
Yep. Did whole. Dude, I'm in college now. You're going down a bad path, my friend.
It's like you're not even a week into college.
Yep.
See, this is about like as much as you need to drink in like 30 minutes to an hour, crucifix. This much.
Especially for you. I mean, we're over here enjoying this.
Yeah. This is
I actually don't feel anything.
I'm a bit warmer, but that's expected.
Well, I was warmer earlier, but I just pissed it all out a minute ago. It just threw me really quickly. I have to drink a lot of high, stupid. I have to get me some fucking absinthe and almost die for me to understand it. Anyway, we're counting law enforcement officials, staff, no arrests were made by TTTH officers. Durham spokesperson Will Glenn sentenced him. Wow.
Look at this.
Is there anything?
Yeah, so today we got a small taste of justice. Activist Jose Ramos told the station. Another lone trans. Terrible name. It needs to be removed. She added, when I see a Confederate statue in downtown Durham, or really anywhere, it fills me with a lot of rage and frustration. You know what we call that? Impotent rage.
I'll show you Potent Rage. Thank you. Hey, fuck off. Thank you.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
She wasn't.
Roll the video.
She was a sweet person.
Oh, wait, no, that's the Charlottesville victim.
That's what?
That's not the victim. We don't need that.
Oh. That's the victim. We don't need that.
We need the activists getting their asses arrested.
This is
okay,
the
let's read the story from the top.
All right. NC activist who helped tear down Confederate statue arrested on felony charges. Police arrested a 22-year-old activist who helped tear down a Confederate statue in North Carolina on Monday, following the deadly car attack at a rally of white nationalists and white supremacists in Charlottesville, Virginia. Authorities said Takaya Thompson tied a rope around the neck of a statue of an armed Confederate soldier before she, along with a cheering crowd, pulled it to the ground. I mean, I guess there's enough torque.
Let me just look at her face.
What you mean I'm here for being arrested? I'm sorry. Not sorry at all, actually. I don't give a shit. It's pretty funny. She was arrested on Tuesday and has been charged with disorderly conduct by injury to a statue, damage to real property. What? Felony
as opposed to fake property.
Yeah, felony.
Wait, does that mean like griefers in Minecraft can be charged with a crime?
No fucking idea. Felony participation in riot with property damage in excess of $1,500 and felony inciting others to riot. Jail records show. Oh yeah. Look at how disapproving she is of that couch. What you mean I'm in here? What you mean I'm going to jail?
It's like, they better have my shows on the TV.
Fucking high cakes, that was great shit. Beautiful high cake. Your face is great shit. By the way, in response to all of your shit, I was like, I don't care if we trigger anybody. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And you're just going to have to live with it, probably. I don't know. Unless you pull together some really good summarizations. We'll see. Let's see how much effort you put into it. We still don't have a time nailed down. We're just kind of half-assed doing it, so. I'm watching you.
Get on our level.
There you go.
Her bond was hit.
Yeah, her bond was set at $10,000 in Durham's World Workers' Party.
Again, communist.
That's who it was. It was the Durham's World Workers' Party.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Has set up a legal defense fund to help fight her case. WTVD reports. I mean, they're going to have the money with that many people, I guess. The arrest came shortly after the protesters spoke out about the act in a news conference at North Carolina Central University. It is unclear whether Thompson has entered a plea or retained an attorney. It really wouldn't matter because she did it. Officials said more arrests are expected. Well, yeah, because there's like people that gave their names and shit and agreed to stuff. Demonstrators on Monday chanted "No KK, no fascist USA"
no KK,
in front of the old
USA.
Durham County Courthouse before pulling down a statue, which depicted a Confederate soldier atop of an engraved pedestal that read, "In memory of the boys who wore the gray." They didn't say the part where they chanted "No cops, no KKK, no fascist USA."
No, I know. How convenient.
I know, right? The 15-foot monument,
but this is
constructed in 1924, also features a Confederate flag. What? Let's see if this video is the same.
Exactly.
No cops.
No fascists. So people just conveniently left out.
That statue still like crumbled under that. That metal statue just like burnt. It fucking bent super hard. It must have been a really shitty statue.
Those are pretty damn old.
Yeah, but proper metal like that doesn't bend this. Like you said, it's hard. Let's watch. Is there a way to slow this down? Can I?
We probably need to go to YouTube to get those kind of options.
It's like
guys,
burn. It just bends. Like, I mean, then again, that chunk of marble might have a lot of weight.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably. The marble's probably not.
But if it was properly like fastened in there and like reinforced, it would have taken them effort. Like it doesn't even look like it took them effort.
No,
it's
like
like
she knows how many people
for
were
a
on
little
it.
bit, and then I mean, it looked like they were just like barely talking about it, and then like they pulled it all down in one swift motion. So I don't know. Anyway, video footage of the incident showing the cheering protesters kicking and spitting on the fallen statue after it toppled to the ground. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper spoke out against the act in a tweet on Monday. It's Cooper. Hate on Soldier Memorials that is equivalent to tearing up the Vietnam War memorial because you disagree with the justification of the war. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing.
The Vietnamese probably have an issue.
Yeah, anyway, so the racism and deadly violence of Charlottesville is unacceptable, but there is a better way to remove these monuments. Yes, agreed. But also, maybe just don't remove... Why do people want to remove monuments? I'm just mad because, like, things that have existed forever are getting removed. It's like if Mexicans were to come into Texas and start pulling down Texan statues. Think about it that way. Because that would be equivalent to the same thing.
Is that pulling down that Sam Houston statue?
Yep. Or pulling down any of the statues. Pulling down the statue at the square at our place. Is ours a Confederate? The weird cannon one? It's not Confederate, I think it is just Texas.
I think it's just Texas.
Yeah, but still, it's the same ideology. First of all, the Mexicans don't give a shit. Second of all, some of the Mexicans helped us fight for our independence, and they were here and they lived here. It's kind of why, like, that's kind of the shitty thing about, building the wall, keeping the Mexicans out. Some of the Mexicans were our friends and helped us out forever ago. And then, like, it's just things of that nature. But, it's the same thing. It was against Mexicans. Like,
and that's why, we remember the Alamo.
Yeah. And, like, you don't see anybody freaking out about that. But, I mean, they would have, under what all these people think, they would have the same rights to, like, oh, well, fuck your Davy Crockett statue because he was, not a great person. Davy Crockett actually wasn't the greatest person either, I don't actually think. But, still idolize him. Just like other people aren't great people. It's like, oh.
I mean, history's filled with terrible people that did great things.
Yeah, so let's talk about, Christopher Columbus. Very terrible dude.
Horrible person.
Yeah, horrible person. It's not really taught about in school how horrible he was.
He's extremely horrible. Like, he's nobody you want to be looking up to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible things. Mass genocides, rapes, lying, stealing, thieving. I mean, intentionally spreading disease and killing people.
I don't know if it was intentional to spread disease.
Well,
I don't think it's
some of it probably might have been. Some of it probably wasn't. Who knows?
I also don't think they were technologically advanced enough to understand what the fuck any of that shit was.
I mean,
other than to know that I don't
smallpox
feel good.
Blankets, man.
What the fuck are those?
Smallpox blankets?
What are those?
It's a thing that white settlers did to some Native Americans back in, like, 1700s. That they had blankets, I guess, smallpox victims used. Mm-hmm. So they were essentially covered in the disease. And they gave them out to the Native Americans that needed them.
But did they know?
They did. Well, they probably knew, because I mean, it's not like you get a smallpox blanket from a fucking hospital that clearly has rampant cases of smallpox, and you don't know.
Yeah, but maybe they didn't think it would spread that way. I mean, you got to think about forever ago. Education wasn't really a thing.
I think that was intentional because it's referenced a lot. In culture. Mm.
See, Trooper says smallpox blankets were far later on, that's what he said.
It's far later on? Okay.
Anyway, carrying on. Meanwhile, officials in Baltimore quietly removed 4 Confederate monuments throughout the city on Tuesday night, CBS Baltimore reports. Monuments honoring Confederate leaders Robert E. Lee, Thomas Stonewall Jackson were removed as crowds looked on. Authorities also removed a monument to Confederate women and former Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger Taney, who affirmed slavery in 1857 with the infamous Dred Scott ruling. The incidents come after a car plowed through a crowd of counter-protesters at a white nationalist rally in Charlottesville on Sunday, killing the 32-year-old Heather Day and injuring several others. James Alex Fields, Jr., 20, has been accused as the driver was arrested in this video.
Mm-hmm. Click on needs flash update. There you go. It's so stupid, but that works.
Good old Google protecting my asshole from the shitty flash.
Yep.
That
She was a sweetheart.
Scroll up. Right there. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Fine, I guess we're not playing the video. Anyway, so that was...
No, I'm playing the fucking video. We're playing this damn video. Apparently Trooper's researching now. Trooper, we're going to bring you in as our third correspondent. From now on, Trooper's going to be the Poop Troop correspondent.
Sir, there's a meteor hurtling towards Earth.
What is this ass?
What do you want to do?
Listen carefully. If we all switch to Geico, we could save 15% or more on car insurance.
What is this?
Why is this is a long ass ad. What the fuck? Our comrade. Hey, comradeski.
Hey, comrade. And that weird unmarked police car. Is she getting in the front? Nobody ever gets in the front. She has incredibly huge breasts.
We love you! We love you! We see you! We love you! We see you!
She seems to know the procedure quite well.
We see you! We love you!
She's an activist. She's probably been arrested.
We see you! We love you!
She's not wearing a bra. It didn't look like it. I don't know, I saw like naked side of it right there.
There's a meteor.
Fucking let that meteor hit.
Fuck you, Geico. I don't want to continue. We're going to talk about Nazis and racism some more. And the history of existence. We're not going to real news. Fuck you, Kenneth. I mean, this is all real news technically.
Yeah, but I spent so much time getting real news. And there's some really interesting stories in tech.
How bad do you want it, Kenneth? How bad do you want the tech?
I mean, let's see.
He wants the D!
Okay.
I mean, technically, to continue the racist thing wrong, there's a whole Texas A&M thing.
It's Barcelona. It's local. It's tech. Because I want to tell people about the spam call.
Which one? The one that I talked about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Free Cruise Robocalls, this one?
No, this is important. Well, like, that's important, but also the next story after that's important.
Which was the next one after that?
The Justice Department. Scroll down.
Yeah. Scroll down.
Sorry, yeah, right there. That one's important. Let's see. I guess we're just doing tech right now.
I didn't even fucking switch the thing to say, you know. It's all stupid crazy.
Well, you weren't wrong.
It's all relevant. Relevance. Should have just said Nazi news, but it's all relevant. It's all relevant in the hood, baby. I mean, up there we got the Master Beta. He is the newest follower.
Thank you for that. Fucking.
That was forever ago. He doesn't exist.
Not Gary Busey.
Who? What? What?
No. But how you just said it.
What?
Whenever you were just talking, it sounded like, was it Gary Busey? Or was it somebody else? You know, it's like a guy who always has the kind of thing. Fucking hell.
I don't know. There's probably like plenty of those. Ex-white dude here, comedy personality. I don't know.
Pretty much.
Are you hating on my personality?
Yes.
Fuck you, sir. Anyway, so up there we have the Master Beta.
And before this building is actually 2 stories.
And before this guy just... That's all you hear. Just fucking just drips on Kenneth and gets in his beautiful hair.
That's when I go break this bottle on that marble countertop and be like, I'm cut a bitch.
You may have merely been dipped in it. I was born in it. Molded by it. Molded by it. Live it every day. The non-jobless thing. Apparently got something.
Discord.
Yeah, the Discord. Anyway, so is that it?
Oh, I mean, I would like to cover the rest of the news.
There's no way we're covering it all. It's almost 10. We stop at 10 here. We actually started at 7-ish.
7:30ish. Yeah. There's fucking 20
Why
minutes.
Is the robocall thing and stupid and crazy to you?
Because that's why I had to send you that second email.
Ken, what did you do?
You didn't copy over to right there.
That's pretty funny. Good news. I'll cover that. I like that. It's a good thing. Or I won't cover that. There we go. Cover that.
Let's see. I guess let's tear through and see what we want to cover.
Bill Gates, to charity. I'll cover that. What else is there? What else do you want? To use vaping.
Oh, come on now. McDonald's drive-thru passenger pulls out replica AR-15 rifle after ice cream dispute.
Where is this at?
Stupid and crazy. It's the second,
that's the actual email.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Snapchat videos, 3 kind of team. Yeah, I don't think I care about that unless it's important.
The guy who shoplifted doesn't know how to swim, and he ran into a lake.
You know that?
The last one's kind of funny. Woman snorted cocaine off a smartphone screen in the line for a student pickup. And she looks like exactly the kind of person you would expect to do that.
Well, look at that. That's all I need right there. That right there, end of story. Everyone's still red too. Anyway, alright. There you go, Kenneth. Cover it. Since you're the person, you are the man of the spam calls. I don't receive them. I'm not even molded by it or anything. That is your life. Actually, you haven't gotten spam calls in a while, have you?
No, I did.
Oh, you did? Or
fucking
didn't?
Gulf Coast Blood Center. Those fucking people are the worst. They have 2 million fucking numbers. They just every time a dozen people block them, they just fucking get 6 new ones. Anyways, so in a stroke of good news, you might have free money waiting for you.
You might have free money, and so will they, and so do they. Everyone gets free money when class action lawsuits get settled. Yeah.
So you got a spam call for a free cruise? You might be owed up to $900.
Hold on, High posted a thing. Let's see, what is this?
Son of a bitch. Wait.
Rick and Morty live stream, what is this? Rick and Morty will no longer stream for free on Adult Swim's website. Oh no.
I'll just stream it on Twitch for y'all.
Yep, however, didn't air live stream. Those will be the site excited for specific comedy.
Oh look, they posted a thing.
Did give viewers a head up on Twitter before the episode aired. The network tweeted a video confirming the episode would be available to stream without a cable login, adding it may be a time for pirates to start your engines. Yeah, but that was at 8:31 p.m. and it starts at 10:31. It was literally 2 hours before, which is what High said. No longer offer free live streams. We'll continue to offer episodes to view online after they have aired on the network. A network representative. Sunday's episodes are made available on Monday morning, according to the representative. All future episodes will follow suit. Those who want to watch the rest of season 3 online as it airs will need a cable subscription or just as the season finale. The representative also did not offer a live stream of some kind. Those who tune in Well, it features action performing the script in poor fashion, seen above. The scene poked fun at the audience who turned up for the episode, something that the Rick and Morty community was divided on. This shit is getting annoying, one person said on Reddit. It's not funny. It makes me want to never watch anything on Adult Swim ever. I don't care if they're trolling. Troll any other time except the airing of a new episode. Some people stay up late and alter their schedules to watch the show live. And for Adult Swim to throw us this garbage at us and have us the audacity to insult us at the same time is frustrating, when you know damn well that they make enough money to just stream the show like normal. Others argue that Adult Swim should have had the ability to charge for the content they've created, and that most networks don't live stream some of the newest series is for free either. Anyway, meh. Can legally download Adult Swim's app and subscribe for $4 a month to get full episode after they air. Meh, not worth. Whatever. We knew that. We knew that was coming. It's fine. Anyway,
so, back to the point.
Back to the real news. Fuck you, Mike. No,
have you ever gotten a spam telephone call congratulating you for winning a free cruise? You could be eligible for up to $900 in restitution, thanks to a class action lawsuit against the Resort Marketing Group. The lawsuit, called Chavart vs. Carnival et al., alleges that Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian Cruise Line authorized the resort marketing group to make recorded robocalls offering free cruises between July 2009 and March 2014. The lawsuit claims that these calls violated the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, which places restrictions on telemarketers. A settlement was reached in July that will establish a fund of between $7 to $12.5 million to pay those who receive the call. Each call you receive can net you a maximum of $300, and you can claim up to 3 calls per telephone number for a total of $900. You can check to see if your phone number is a part of the settlement and file a claim at the link right there. All claims will be filed by November 3rd.
Which, by the way, my mom and my family had been called repeatedly by these people. I remember tons of those. So, I checked her number. Her number's on the list. I told her to make sure she signs up and just claim the max amount. We were called probably more than a dozen times. Every so often, you just hear the phone ring, and it's like, what the fuck? And then it just starts off, burn, with the cruise horn. You've won a free cruise on Royal Caribbean. And it says literally those 3 fucking cruise lines. Call now to reclaim it. I wonder if you could actually claim the free cruises, though.
You
were
can.
they actually free?
Yeah. I think so, probably. It's probably only for like 1 or 2 night things.
That'd be sweet. It's free for 2 nights. And also you're stuck in the boat in the middle of the sea for 5 weeks. Woo!
Yeah, but like, thing is, I get all those fucking calls. My number's not on this shit. I'm very annoyed. I want money.
Joe.
Nazi. This is an interesting story.
Did I watch this? Oh, I did. No, I didn't. Did I pick this one? Oh, this is the one you wanted. Oh, so this is something important. Are we rolling this video here? Is this video explain shit or no?
No.
That's anti-Trump. Whatever. Justice Department wants information on people who visited anti-Trump website. This is something my friend actually posted on Facebook, and I heard about this, so I knew about this too. See, so it's kind of funny. I actually know about the news, even though like I don't normally know any bullshit and what we're covering, but I've seen most of these things. I mean, I knew about the fucking actual Washington Abraham Lincoln Memorial thing. I knew about that one too. Anyway, the Department of Justice has requested the information of more than 1 million visitors to an anti-Trump website, according to the Los Angeles-based web hosting provider. DreamHost said in a blog post Monday it had been working with the Justice Department and was fighting the unfocused and unlawful request. That's the first to see an American company fighting for people's anonymity.
I mean, companies do that all the time because companies don't want a reputation of them just giving it to the government because then nobody will use the product.
The request from the Justice Department demands that DreamHost hand over 1.3 million visitor IP addresses, in addition to contact information, email content, and photos of thousands of people in an effort to determine who simply visited the website. That information could be used to identify any individuals who use this site to exercise and express political speech protected under the Constitution's First Amendment. That should be enough to set alarm bells off in anyone's mind. DreamHost said in Monday's post. The italics used in the statement were used by DreamHost.
No, it's absolutely correct.
Very true.
This is fucking attempting to.
This is the oncoming of a real fascist government type stuff. Like,
pretty much.
That's what it is. That whenever they start like using the power that they have been given. I mean, they've been using it poorly in the past, to be honest.
But I mean, this is so blatant.
But this is like
1.3 million IP addresses, contact information, all
for anti-Trump specifically.
Photos for anti-Trump people by the Trump Justice Department. I mean, I've never seen such a blatant overreach of power ever.
I've seen a blatant overreach of power. Remember, I got fired.
Well. Yeah. Okay, fine. I've seen one other case.
There you go.
But 1 million people's information. Anybody who just visited the site. This is unacceptable. They're going to use this information to harass and harangue these people for being anti-Trump or whatever. This is unacceptable. This needs to go before the Supreme Court. And the fucking Justice Department needs to be held to account.
Yep.
Because that's the thing. I think they do actually have a warrant. But see, warrants are supposed to be for like specific information. You know, you have to know what you're looking for kind of thing. Like if you know it's this
Kind of
person
not
or this
really.
person's contacts, then you say, I need a warrant for this person and this person's contacts.
But realistically, when the police come and they search your house for a warrant and seizure, they can take a bunch of shit. They do usually, also.
Well, they can, but they can't take 1.3 million people's shit.
No, but I'm saying they do overstep their bounds and they do get warrants a lot. It's kind of
Yeah, I mean, this is such a gross violation.
Yeah.
Anyways.
DreamHost said the website. The website helped to coordinate demonstrations against President Trump in Washington D.C. on Inauguration Day in January. DreamHost said the website at the center of the Justice Department request is all files related to disruptj20.org, which I guess is Donald J. Trump, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. DreamHost said the Justice Department filed a motion in late July in the Superior Court of the District of Columbia asking for an order to compel it to produce the records. A July 12th warrant issued by the Superior Court and published by DreamHost asked for names, addresses, telephone numbers, and other identifiers, email addresses, business information, and the length of service, including start date, means, and source of payment for services, including any credit card or bank account number, Jesus Christ, and information about any domain name registration, all information that could be used to identify website subscribers. You can do whois anyway.
Well, a lot of people use private whois. I do. Google actually provides that by default.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Whenever you buy a domain with them, or even if you transfer one in, you get private domain.
Oh, it doesn't say owns it. Google?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it says, you could use like a random Google contact or whatever.
Huh.
I think actually, funny enough, I think Google actually uses GoDaddy. Oh, I can pull that out.
Because I'll say, I'll hit up Google for that free shit. Because I know GoDaddy usually has, non-private, so you have to pay extra. Not too sure. Anyway.
Yeah, see, this is what it says. Contact private ink, contact private ink, contact private ink, etc., etc., etc.
Does it have your numbers or anything? No.
Yeah, see, whois Google, domains, Google, registrar use Google. See, so that's what it does, because this is my domain. It's all very secretive.
That's cool. Yeah, I would like that. I might go through.
Because to get privatized contacts, it costs sometimes it costs like $20, $30.
I was gonna say, it usually costs a lot extra, I would think.
Yeah, they just give it to you.
Nice. X gonna give it to you. By the way, I figured out you can't change Google Voice numbers anymore for free. You have to make a new account and just take a new number with a new account.
Google lets me do it. Maybe that's because I've had an account for fucking ever.
Maybe on top of that, you also pay Google for the YouTube Red and all that other stuff. So technically, you pay them a monthly subscription in the first place.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I didn't. They didn't let me do it. They're like, you can change it for $10. And I was like, I don't know. But I made another Google account anyway, so I just tagged it to that account. Anyway, the company's general counsel, Chris Garbzarian, has filed a legal argument in opposition to the warrant. A hearing is scheduled in Washington before District of Columbia Superior Court Judge Lynn Leibovitz on Friday about the information request. Leibovitz is handling all criminal cases stemming from Inauguration Day, which includes the nearly 200 people indicted on felony rioting charges. Ooh. In essence, the search warrant not only aims to identify the political dissidents of the current administration, but attempts to identify and understand what content each of these dissidents viewed on the website. The search warrant also includes a demand that DreamHost disclose the content of all email inquiries and comments submitted from numerous private email accounts and prompted by the website, all through a single sweeping warrant. Gazarian wrote in the legal argument. The U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. could not be immediately reached for comment. Yeah,
this last one's gonna go far.
You're gonna go far again. Anyway. This is what I'm gonna cover next. It's in this list. Do you want to do the Bill Gates? What do you want to do? I was gonna cover
whatever,
stuff.
you can cover that.
Why don't you? Fuck you. Cover your fucking story.
Fine. Bill Gates gives $4.6 billion with a B for charity in the biggest donation since 2000.
He looks like really old.
He is pretty old.
He is pretty old, yeah.
The recipient of 64 million Microsoft shares is a mystery, but is expected to be Tech Tycoon's foundation. Bill Gates, the world's richest man, apparently still. I don't know if he's still the world's richest man. Well, he didn't actually give his money. He gave just shares of Microsoft. Has donated $4.6 billion in the Microsoft founder's biggest gift to charity since he set up the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Gates has donated 64 million Microsoft shares, according to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's filing. The recipient of the gift was not specified, but it is expected that the money will be directed to the foundation he and his wife set up in 2000, with $5 billion funding to improve global healthcare and reduce extreme poverty. The foundation did not respond to requests for comment. The shares represent about 5% of his current $90 billion fortune. The gift reduced Gates' stake in Microsoft, which the 61-year-old co-founded in 1975,
there you go,
to just 1.3% from 24% in 96. God damn! Just imagine if he owned 94% or 24% of Microsoft now. He'd be worth fucking, a couple $100 billion. He'd be easily worth.
No, I think he had 24.
No, he said he had 24% in 96, and now he only has 1 point.
No, the shares only represent about 5. The gift reduces Gates' stake in Microsoft, which is 61-year-old to just 1.3% from 24% in 1996.
Yeah, so he had 20% in 96, and now
I believe he gave away whatever he gave away is now all he has left is 1.3%. I'm telling you, that's how that word works.
So
he gave away
shares in
22.7%, basically.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
of shares in Microsoft.
Or still a lot. That's a lot of money. That's why it's that many billions worth. Yeah, exactly.
It says Bill and Melinda Gates have donated $35 billion since '94. They donated $16 billion worth of Microsoft shares in '99, followed up by another $5.1 billion a year later. The Gates Foundation has grown to become the world's largest private charity with $40 billion in funds. It's worth more than most countries. Before the latest gift. This latest donation is the biggest charitable gift made anywhere else in the world so far this year, overtaking $3.2 billion contributions by investor Warren Buffett to Gates Foundation last month. Oh, I guess Gates just has fucking billions of dollars to use.
Oh.
Well, and also Gates and Buffett both signed this created it. In 2010, Gates and Buffett created the Giving Pledge. They promised to give at least half of their wealth to charity and called on other billionaires to join them. More than 170 of the world's richest people, including Mark Zuckerberg, Michael Bloomberg, and George Lucas, have so far signed up. Gates said the pledge was about building on a wonderful tradition of philanthropy that will ultimately help the world become a much better place.
As long as that money gets spent properly or in a good way.
Yeah. Last year, the billionaire told ITVs this morning that it was not a favor to give his 3 children huge sums. It distorts anything they might do, creating their own path. This money is dedicated to helping the poorest. They know that. They are proud of that. They go on trips with us to see the work that's being done. Gates has been the world's richest man on the richest man on the planet since 2013, apart from a very brief blip last month where Amazon's Jeff Bezos overtook him for a couple hours. A couple hours.
Damn.
It's like he's the world's richest man for a couple hours. Let him believe that.
What?
Jeff Bezos.
Are you sure you don't believe that?
No, I said let him believe that.
Oh.
Jeff Bezos, who used his wealth to invest in space travel and to buy the Washington Post, has not signed up to the Giving Pledge. Bezos has said that the matters of philanthropy he's drawn to in the right now rather than the long-term approach. What's next?
That's very true. What do you want to cover? The verbs application?
No. This is just tech.
Yeah, I don't have that in tech. I've got.
So you want to cover
that kid, that thing, that one. Well, I'm not really cover this. I'm gonna be like. Actually, I'll cover this for 2 seconds. Woman started cocaine off smartphone screen outside of school. Police say. Just that's it. Look at that picture. Her nose is still red. Look at that. I mean, is there any other picture of her? But yeah, that's it. She was arrested for snorting coke off a fucking TV.
Off her smartphone screen while her car was parked in the student pickup line.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. End of story.
Using a credit card to chop up a white powdery substance sprinkled on her phone screen.
I want to cover this piece of nice news for once in the world. I can't say this woman's name right. Well,
Malala Yousafzai.
Malala Yousafzai gets placed at Oxford University. I'm just calling Malala.
Malala.
Alright, so you see, Kenneth does that song. That's right, you posted it recently on the Discord. I saw that. And then fucking Trooper's like, what the fuck is this? I remember that. Anyway, Malala has said she is so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Anyway, after gaining a place at the University of Oxford, the 20-year-old Nobel Peace Prize winner who narrowly avoided death in 2012 after being shot by the Pakistani Taliban for her outspoken campaigning over girls' rights to an education, tweeted a screenshot of the confirmation that she will study philosophy. Trooper, it's your girlfriend, future wife. Politics and economics.
I mean, she's the world's youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Yep. She'll probably help you out of your, neo-Nazism and whatever white nationalism problem. Who talks about philanthropy? Anyway, she previously told a conference she had received an offer which was conditional of achieving 3 A's at A level. Is it 3 A's at A level?
Well, it's UK, so who the hell knows?
But did not reveal the institution. See? Tap it. Look at that. There you go. Congratulations, you placed at Oxford University 033 for philosophy, politics, and economics. LOVO have been confirmed. I don't know. So excited. She said, so excited to get it over. Well done to all A levels. The hardest, your best wishes for life ahead. Fucking gotta keep the bloodline pure though, bro. Yes, you're right. You get this woman, and then you have your side woman, your other Aryan woman, who probably won't produce good offspring anyway, because you're both Aryan, and Aryan race doesn't produce great offspring.
It produces neo-Nazis, so that shows you the quality.
Yeah. Good one. Her father, Zadani Yousafzai, tweeted, "My heart is full of gratitude. We're grateful to Allah, and thank you to all those who support at Malala for the grand cause of education."
It's kind of interesting because in 2012, the reason the Taliban targeted her because she's actually a columnist for BBC writing about education under the Taliban.
Really?
Yeah, so she's been doing this shit for fucking ages.
Nice.
And then the Taliban tried to kill her.
Yep. Ms. Yousafzai will be following the footsteps of world leaders by studying a course that has been dubbed the degree that rules Britain by the media. Huh? Notable alumni include former Premier of Pakistan, Benazir Bhutto, a heroine of Ms. Yousafzai, and Burma's pro-democracy campaigner Aung San Suu Kyi, as well as former British Prime Minister David Cameron and his one-time Labour opponent Ed Miliband. UVE is also Prestigious University's most oversubscribed courses, according to figures shown in the press association.
Yeah, basically that's good. She's moving on with life in the footsteps of greatness.
Yep.
She's already cut a path of greatness.
I'm sure he has a Nobel Peace Prize, so you can't really get much greater than that.
She was the world's youngest Nobel Peace Prize recipient at like 16.
I kept saying, "Hail! Sing hail!" Anyway.
So you were there. It began whenever she was writing about 2009, writing about a blog for the BBC. Her Better Life on her Taliban back. So, very impressive young woman.
Just it looks like you do. What is that? Is that like a fade applied to eyebrows? Is that what that is? An eyebrow fade? What the fuck is that?
No, people have that. It's so stupid.
It is stupid. It's like you fucking went like full retard and ate half a razor on one of your eyebrows, and you fixed the other one because you messed up. Yeah, pretty much. What the fuck does it? Yeah, you can run this one.
McDonald's drive-thru passenger pulls out replica AR-15 rifle after ice cream dispute. Jerry Henry, 2 first names, fetches gun from trunk after driver gets angry about no ice cream. This happened in Florida man.
Oh, that's normal, yeah.
A Delray Beach man wasn't happy that a nearby McDonald's didn't have any ice cream. So he pulled out a replica AR-15 while he waited in the drive-thru line. Jerry Henry was arrested Monday after the incident at McDonald's on Linton Boulevard. Delray police said Henry was a passenger in the car at the drive-thru when the driver, who was ordering food at the intercom, became upset with the employee who was taking his order. According to...
Hold on a second. I bet it's like, man, what you mean you don't have any ice cream? Love you, Panda. Panda doesn't watch this either, so he doesn't know.
Nah. Somebody clip that.
No.
According to the probable cause affidavit, the driver identified as Michael Delhomme.
Delhomme? It's probably Delhomme. Delhomme?
Was upset because the ice cream machine wasn't working. Oh my god, fucking child. A child fucking driver.
I mean, I just peel out when that shit happens, but anyway.
I mean, look at this.
Like a true Texan.
South Florida man confesses to shooting wife 30 years after.
After ... It's probably clickbait.
Yeah.
30 years after he jerked it in the toilet.
Riviera beach man accused of setting apartment on fire with children on site. Boynton beach man accused of raping girlfriend's daughter. Ooh, gosh. Such crime. Very bad.
Such crime, much wow.
An employee told police that he watched from the store surveillance video as Henry got out of the front passenger seat, went to the trunk, and removed what appeared to be a rifle. The employee told his co-workers and they went into the bathroom to hide and called 911. Police said surveillance video confirmed employees' accounts of what happened. According to the report, Henry admitted that Delhomme asked him to get the stick from the trunk after the deceit with the ice cream. Henry said he put the gun between his legs in the front seat. Henry was arrested with improper charge of exhibition of a firearm. Fucking idiot. I mean, just look at him. With his fucking faded ass eyebrows. Yeah. He looks like the kind of person that would do that.
Go get the stick. What?
He clipped it.
No. Oh well, it'll be funny. I don't care. I want to look at this real quick. Let's see what he did. Got 83. Dar says he revealed the truth there. He looks like an old.
Well, I think the statute of limitations are passed.
Yeah. Oh.
What? Damn, Florida.
What? Berna pointed a gun at her head and he tried to grab it from her. Wait. Told deputies that she pointed the gun at her head. And tried to grab her. The gun accidentally fired, shooting her in the face. As a rule, the manner of death was undetermined, but O'Neill's daughter was skeptical. When Sharon McGee visited her father last summer and asked him what really happened to her mother on July 23rd, 1980. That's like that shit you do in a movie. What happened to my mom on July 23rd, 1987? He's like, well, that was a really fucked up day. Did you just post it?
Yes, it did.
I'm going to delete that. Anyway, I might. I don't know. Depends. I don't really care enough. But yeah.
I mean, look at that. McGee informed deputies her father's admission in February. She told deputies that her father told her not to tell anybody, to keep it their little secret. She said she received a text message from her father that same evening. They read, "I'm believing that you will sleep much better tonight. Love, Dad." Fucking hell, this man.
Objections met with O'Neill and his current wife at their home in April, admitted that he lied about the shooting because he was afraid he would get in trouble. According to the report, O'Neill told Texas the shooting was an accident. Now, yeah, statute of limitations, blah, blah, blah. It was 28 at the time. I don't know how old that person is.
He's like, I'll just repost it.
I mean, I can just continue deleting it. I can make it to where you can't post links anymore. Just you, only you. That fancy recruiter tag? Oh, yeah. That applies only to you, baby. It's great to give people the cable TV run.
Just.
I wish I really want nipple flaps now. Just for the lulz. Anyway, last one for me. We're done. Calling it done.
Okay, take it away.
I'm not No, you're fucking reading this one.
Hey, you're the one who wanted to read this.
That's the last one.
I've been reading all fucking day. I read like most of those Nazi
we watched videos on most of them, and then you spoke about stuff, and then I spoke about stuff. You don't get off that easy, sir.
Wawa shoplifter drowns in lake.
That fucking name, Wawa, and I see that it's just Wawa. Such weird.
While fleeing Woodbury police, authorities say a shoplifting suspect in Gloucester County. What?
What kind of German fucking third?
I'm just gonna call it Gloucester. I think Gloucester is actually proper. In Gloucester County, New Jersey, drowned when he ran from police and then tried to swim away in a lake.
And we can ask Ghost.
Yeah, how do you pronounce this county? He's like, I don't know, man. Fuck it.
I don't know. I don't even understand my own people. Hey, I'm walking in.
There's like I'm just
dude. Sometimes whenever Ghost like inner fucking New Jersey Yorker dude comes out, it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. Gloucester County protesters say officers approached the 20-year-old man at Wawa at East Red Bank and North Evergreen Avenues around 3:50 a.m. Saturday and tried to speak with him.
Kick, you won't do that. You didn't even do that for us.
What's he saying?
He's saying he'd leave and fucking make an actual community. Fuck, you tried that. That's what you tried to do with it. And
I've seen your gravity cake. Yeah, it's nice. But he said they ran off and then he jumped into a nearby Stewart
Go
Lake.
for it, bitch. Anyway.
That did high cake.
Go for it. Do it, no balls. Fucking dance. Carry on, no.
The officer ordered the man to leave the water, but they soon lost sight of him when he swam under a bridge. Emergency responders then searched the water for the man, but could not find him. A state police dive team eventually found his water at 10:30 a.m. Autopsy revealed the cause of death was accidental drowning. So basically this fucking idiot ran to the lake, and then couldn't swim, and then fucking drowned.
It's like, we lost him underneath the bridge. Probably because he sunk like a fucking rock and died. Is that the bridge they lost him at? Because it doesn't look like there's really a path underneath there.
That's the lake. At least some of it.
Jeez.
No, they lost him under that tiny bridge right there.
I think it's the bridge. That's a pier.
I know it's a pier.
That is the smallest lake NA. How did they...
Maybe this picture's just a bad angle for it.
I don't know. It doesn't even look that
I can't
big.
even...
I mean, it goes like further around that bend, maybe, it looks like.
Let me Google Stewart Lake.
I don't know. Oh, shit. I know you didn't put that much effort into it. That's what I said. You haven't even put super much effort into recruiting. You did for like the first week and a half, I want to say, the first 2 weeks, and then nothing. I don't put any effort into recruiting people either. I mean, like I semi did some stuff in Cord, and I can recruit.
So that's all Stewart Lake.
Do people understand that? That's
there's
not
a bridge
really
there
a lake.
because that's North Evergreen. They were talking about it. So they probably got lost around this bridge here because the Wawa's in this area.
Yeah. By the way, that's all. I can't even tell if there's a path underneath that bridge. It looks like it's almost all land, though. In fact, it is.
No, there's a tiny slit right there. Yeah, there's that Wawa. So he ran from the cops over here. Let's get a satellite view of this. Enhance. So there's the tiniest gap right there.
But see, that's what I said.
But there's also this bridge here.
No, it looks like a bigger bridge. But it still doesn't look that big.
There's a couple bridges. There's that bridge there. There's that bridge here. There's a little bridge there.
But see, again, I want to point out that a lake does not look like that normally.
Broad Street Lake, which is a separate lake.
That's usually like a river, kind of more like, because it actually goes.
Well, no, because it doesn't. Because I guess it is a lake because it doesn't have an outlet. It is where it is. So I guess it is a lake. I guess that's by definition just a body of water. I would call it
more of a creek than a lake.
Well, no, because a creek would mean that there's water flow to like a river or something. But this is a lake because there is no river flow. There's no water flow. It only gets water from like rain and such. So because if it was connected to a body of water, it could still be a lake, but then there'd probably be like a creek section of it. But this is just a singular body of water.
I feel like it still flows.
No, there is no connection outside of that little connection right there. Like it goes back there.
Because there'd be no real reason to have a bridge if it didn't flow.
I don't know. But then it stops right there.
Yeah, it seems it stops.
And then on the other side it stops right there. So it's a lake. Lakes don't flow. Anyways, enough about the lake. This guy drowned because he was an idiot running from cops and he couldn't swim.
Perseverance is a fantastic trait. Which reminds me, Trooper, more Total War after this. I don't know how late you're going to stay up, but more Total War after this. Probably within the next 30 minutes because I'm done here. It is 10 o'clock.
No. We're going to do more 7 days today. Or at least start up the server. So I can do some 7 days today.
Start up the fucking server. Nobody plays with you. High Kick needs to get 7 Days to Die or something, so he can hate it just like Crucifix. Actually, High Kick probably won't hate it as much as Crucifix. High Kick, Crucifix hates everything that's not like literally overly like PvP oriented. Did I say High Kick? I meant Crucifix. Make sure to just reiterate that. If it's not like largely PvP oriented, he doesn't care about like trying to survive. But anyway, let's see who there is. What? So there's a 1 in 5 chance that the person you recruit exits. Very true. Like I said, that's why I needed to go talk with people. I mean, I've gotten people in the server from like Cast or Die. Mom's on the server to, I guess, monitor things. Hyphen joined. I think Hyphen wants to, like I said, wants to come watch the Weeaboo shows. He's a resident Weeaboo. There's a couple Weeaboo people that would like to enjoy our show from Cast or Die, and I told them about it.
Yes, we do need to play more Don't Starve. You're exactly right, High Kick. We need to get on that Harpy. Start up the Don't Starve server instead. And then since Trooper's already doing things, High Kick's here. We'll do Don't Starve together tonight. Doing it.
Kenneth, you need to go home and go to sleep. You have work tomorrow.
Fuck it, I'm staying up.
We can do it on Saturday. We need to do Community Saturday again, by the way. We need to hang out and do community stuff as a community. We can play. I hate Cards Against Humanity. I don't know. We burned me out of it really quickly.
Super fight?
Maybe. I just smell like a skunk. I smelled it for a second.
Anyways.
But yeah. Anyway, so we're done for now. I'm going to go ahead and roll the outro here.
So, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, on this episode of Table Talk Thursday, episode 19. Special edition.
Special edition.
Are You a Nazi?
So, by the end of the segment, if you haven't figured out or not whether Trooper is a Nazi or not, or High Kick is a Nazi or not, you should know. If you stayed here to watch it, we went through most of our stuff. You should know. I'm going to figure out who we're going to host here really quick.
I mean, we defined the alright.
We did define the alright. Let's see. We got Rouse playing, we got Ghost playing, we got my girl Cassandra playing.
Let's see.
Dota. She plays Dota all the time.
What about official
Menix. Oh, since it's Beta's birthday, I want to pass it off to Beta. That was something I planned to do, help out with Beta. He's playing Gary's mode. It's like, let's see what this man is up to. I'm going to go give it to him for his birthday.
It's going to give it to you. Fuck Superfight.
You are what? Oh, are you alt-right or you something or another? Let's see what's going on here. What is he playing?
I'll be near you.
He's playing...
Propo?
No,
I'll be near you.
That looks like Zombie Master or something. That's some sort of zombie game like thing. I don't know. Maybe it is prop hunt. That's a really big prop hunt though.
I found a room that fits the description of the one you're in, but you're not in it.
Let's see how Beta likes that.
On a fireproof vest. Nice.
Oh. Happy brother. Thank you for the host.
Oh, hey,
Thank you for the host.
We are just going to be wrapping up here in a minute, but appreciate it nonetheless.
I would like to play this some more if I could,
Well, I'll be around.
Sounds like napkin.
I'll probably be around over the weekend, so if we want to play this on like a public server.
It's very large affair.
I'm clicking all the buttons I can. I'm right clicking, left finger, pressing E, pressing F, crouching. Nothing's working.